All right, let's get this going. And I am here with Jackie the Asian Cheng. Dude, what an honor.
What's up, bro?
We have a literal workhorse here.
Bro.
This guy is the definition of productivity. I do not know anybody else who does as much as you do, man. Does everything from starting off with the content. He's a hard worker online. We all see his videos. Funny dude, comedian. Have you done stand-up comedy?
Nah, bro. Not yet.
Not yet. Soon on the cards. Guy's a stuntman, and then a Muay Thai fighter. Now, before we continue, bro, it's got to check a few things.
Right.
How many fingers am I holding up?
5? No.
Oh, he's got CTE! I know, we can't continue.
No.
We can't continue.
Yeah, no more. I see 2 Scots right now, bro.
He took too many punches.
Bro.
Oh, man. Nah, he's doing fine. He's doing great. Dude, thank you so much for making the time for me, bro. I was, like I said before, I was like, man, he's coming on. He's coming on.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you asking me, bro, honestly. Because I was still in Australia when you asked me as well. So I was trying to stay busy, try doing things, you know?
Well, that's what I mean, man. Like, the productivity you do is just... it just like makes me excited, and when I meet people like you, because I myself try and do a few things myself,
of course,
and sometimes you get a bit like I heard you talk about it on the Mandate podcast. You get a bit like lonely at the top. You feel,
yeah.
But it's also because you're doing so much, and because it's all you at the end of the day. Like you are an entrepreneur, essentially going about all these different things, and it can be a bit of a it feel like a bit solo effort. So I really loved when you said on that Mandate one, you were like, I bring my boys along. Exactly. I bring people along with me, and I'm like, that is like totally the way to do it. But I guess you've really surrounded yourself with such a good circle. You must have I'm just from that podcast. And I hope that's still the case. You've got a great circle around you still.
I do have a good circle, bro. I'd say that. And it expands every single time too, you know? Because I guess it's like the nicer you are to people, the more nicer people you meet. But along that, you also meet some bad people as well.
Yeah. Well, there's so many questions. I don't know where to begin.
Take your time.
I think just on that, like, I guess for you now, because you're in, Muay Thai is the most humbling sport, martial arts, MMA, you know, in this world. It is, you know, it is the most incredibly humbling thing ever. You know, as everyone knows, you may be tough out on the streets, or maybe you think you are, and then you go into someone who knows what they're doing. It doesn't take long for everyone to realize you know nothing about the sport. And because you've been now doing Muay Thai now for 5 years? 5 years,
Pretty much 5 years coming up to this year.
Wow. Yeah, so you started at Jai. Shout out Jai Kickboxing.
Yeah, Jai. Started at Jai.
Yeah,
before I started at Jai, I was already training like Taekwondo for, you know, since I was 12. Fighting since I was 12.
Got the kicks going already?
Yeah.
Nice,
I got inspired when I was 8 and then started getting into it when I was 12.
What was the first inspiration when you were 8?
Jackie Chan movies, bro. You know, just the classic Jackie Chan.
Did you watch the cartoon growing up?
Jackie Chan Adventures? Yeah, of course.
Bro.
Did you?
I love that show so much. And my favorite bit was always the end when they'd ask him advice, like, Jackie, what would you do if like blah, 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 blah. And, I was like, man.
And there's so much gold in that show too. They do have little bits of gold that they do share with people. But as kids, when we see it, we're like...
No, the fighting's exciting and like, oh yeah, Jackie! Like all that shit. Oh man, I love that show. That's so cool. And then obviously have you seen Drunken Master?
I have.
I still haven't seen that. I need to watch it.
Bruh, that's
like the classic,
I don't want to spoil a fight scene.
Classic,
there's one really iconic fight scene in that film that you need to watch. It's Taekwondo guy versus the Drunken Master style.
Oh,
and you get to really see how the styles differ as well in the fight. So, yeah, different styles.
For sure. So you kind of interested from that, started Taekwondo at 12. Yes. You're just really interested in martial arts. So then what was the change into Thai kickboxing?
Into Thai kickboxing? Oh, bro, I'll tell you this. So I did bodybuilding from when I was 18 to 19, just trying to get big, right? And I wasn't even fighting. I quit Taekwondo after I lost my latest fight in Taekwondo. I lost it, and then I just completely gave up on it.
So you were competing in Taekwondo as well.
Yeah.
How many fights did you do in Taekwondo?
In Taekwondo, maybe only 4 or 5. You know,
it's very strict, right?
They're quite strict. Yeah, it's either you do patterns or sparring.
Interesting.
So for me,
very different from the Thai kickboxing, boxing, MMA world, because it's not. I mean, it's strict, but it's not. I remember I did a bit of karate when I was a kid. Just reminds me of it's very rudimental. Yeah,
grading, follow the ways to the grading, and then from there you progress, kind of thing. But for me, I did stop Taekwondo for a bit, then I went to bodybuilding. And after bodybuilding, for some reason, I had that mentality, if I'm big, I can fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I went into Jai,
sparred
a guy named Daniel, and he completely just dropped me.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
With like a kick or like a...
I went and kicked him. He swept me. He grabbed me and he swept me, and that was the first time I ever been swept in my life like that.
It's not nice being swept.
It's not, but for me, it was like, I don't even know what he just did.
Yeah, what was that?
Yeah, what was that? And so for me, I told Sulin straight away, which was the owner of Jai, I said, I want to fight. I want to be a fighter. In 3 months' time, I want to fight.
Wow, yep.
And then, 3 months later, I fought. So
crazy. So how many fights have you had since then?
Now I've had 11 fights.
Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome. I was trying to find your record online, but I couldn't find it. I couldn't find anything listed.
Or
something. So, no, like Tapology. I was like, where is he?
Yeah, I think Tapology is only MMA.
Oh, it's only MMA.
Yeah, that's only MMA.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't know if they did.
If I get into MMA, maybe.
Oh,
maybe.
Dude, like I've only like just personally like dip my toes into the world, but I do a little bit of jiu-jitsu and stuff. Oh,
jiu-jitsu's good, eh?
I do it. I try. I just go and try. That's what it feels like. It's so hard, man.
Have you seen what the grading is like for the next belt?
Yeah.
All the stuff you got to remember.
But it's just so complex when you're in the moment, because when you're striking, as you know, like you kind of like, okay, like someone throws a punch, or a jab. There's like a few things I can do. I can slip, I can block, blah 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 blah. But jiu-jitsu, it's like, all right, someone's gonna put you here. You have about 10 ways of escaping, or a way of retaliating, or you're just gonna get choked out if you're not fast enough.
And you got 0.1 second to think about 10 moves that you can try. But...
It's so complex. But you would try MMA?
Oh, yeah, 100%. I wouldn't before, but for some reason...
Just something else you haven't tried.
It's just something I haven't done yet, and I think it would be a good experience.
Man. I saw a good video that you did with like sparring an MMA guy.
Yeah.
That was a funny clip. I enjoyed that.
Well, it was like, for that video, I was kind of... Can you teach me what you're good at? And then if you teach me what you're good at, I'll try add my twist to it, and then we can make a video out of that. So that video took 10 minutes to make.
Oh, awesome. It's funny how that can be, right? Those short videos you put like spontaneous thought into will probably do
They do so much better. They always do so much better than the ones that you put
plan.
hours into.
I'm not going to make everything look great. Camera angle, lighting. And it's like...
And then that video does 10. But then the one you're like, oh, I want to shoot randomly, does like 1 million.
That's so bizarre.
Yeah.
So talk about. I want to know more about your. So that's with the fighting part, and we'll come back to that because there's so much to talk about in that. But I also, because I always love learning about people's early beginnings.
Yeah.
So what I found really interesting with you is you're so driven with everything you're trying to go after.
Yeah.
And you talked a bit about this in the Mandate one and a few other podcasts, but like I wanted to know more about like. With like the social media content, how did you? When were you like? Let me just grab my phone and make stuff, and I don't really care about other people. I'm just gonna like start.
Man, I started making videos like that when I was 8 years old as well.
Wow!
So as soon as my sister got an iPad, I was always trying to find ways to jump on her iPad and start shooting stuff straight away. You know. But before that, we were just pretending, making game shows, and like just in the living room with your siblings. Pretending you have game shows here and there. But as soon as my sister got an iPad, can I use your iPad? Can I go on it? Yeah, just 5 minutes, and then I'll just make little edits, make little videos, and they're still there on Facebook now.
That's so great.
They're all private now, obviously, because
keep it quiet.
Just keep it away, keep it in the past and all. And then at school,
it'll come out later.
I'll definitely release it much later.
You should. That stuff's important. I really think everyone loves seeing that stuff in the beginning. So you should keep those.
I mean, it's like I started making videos quite young, and then I started doing it at school. So then during high school, I had like a big battle with myself with whether I should make videos and care about what people think, or I should just not make videos and then not care about what people think. I just thought maybe I should just make videos because who cares anyways at the end of the
videos. day. It's hard when you're in high school, because when you're in school, that's all you know at the time. That's been your world since the age of like 4 or 5 years of age. So it's sort of like when people start picking on you or bullying and be like, why the fuck did you do that? And it's New Zealand, so we double down on the tall puppy. So it's tricky. And that's something else I wanted to bring up with you as well. Because of all the things you've done, and you are quite a unique individual with, I don't know many people who are like, you're in the martial art world, stunt, content, you do a lot of video editing, entrepreneurial stuff, it's a pretty awesome, unique journey. But a lot of people, I imagine, and because we're in New Zealand, have tried to cut you down and been like, bro. Jackie, bro, come on, you got to go get a real job. You can't be getting out the phone. Pulling videos out in the supermarket. You got to go get your degree.
100%.
So how have you managed that?
For me, I just block it out. I don't need to hear that stuff. Oh, well, it's okay to hear it, but you don't have to take it in, you know? It's just other people's opinions, and whether you take it or not, that's their opinion. What's your opinion of yourself, you know? If you got a good opinion of yourself, then it shouldn't matter. You know?
Has martial arts helped you with that thinking?
100%, because it's all discipline at the end of the day, you know? You just keep losing and losing and losing until you win. And a winner is just a loser that tried one more time, you know? And that just goes with everything.
I love that.
Yeah, that goes with everything.
Is a loser until he wins.
Yeah, a loser is a winner that just tried one more time, you know?
I love that.
Yeah. So true. People will just keep shitting on you day in, day out, but one day you blow up, everyone loves you, bro.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh, bro.
Yeah. It's like at school when I was making all my high school videos, my vlogs, everything, no one really supported me. Like year 9, year 10. But then year 13, everyone jumped in the vlogs, you know? And I did daily vlogs in year 13 just for the end of the year, just to document like school. And just everyone jumped in, teachers jumped in, everyone jumped in. No one really judged it anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. So, because let's go to the year 9, year 10.
Okay.
The awkward years. 13 to about 15 years of age. And because those years are very like, so much is going on with your body and emotionally you're developing so quickly.
Yep.
And because like, especially when I remember being that age, you're so sensitive to things. And I'm just wondering, like for you've managed like to break out of that. I couldn't break out of that when I was that age.
Yeah.
I was like, I just want to be left alone. Like I don't like, I'm getting mocked if you get mocked at school and this, that, and the other. Yeah. But you managed to break through it.
Yeah.
Well, wow, that's so resilient for that age, man. That's awesome.
I mean, I guess it was a lot of, because I didn't have my dad around as well, you know? So I feel like I had something to prove.
Yeah.
And plus I had other siblings too, so for me it was like...
You're the older sibling,
I'm the oldest,
right?
so for me that's just, I gotta be the oldest, I gotta stand up and be the oldest. And for me, the only problem with that was I was afraid of making mistakes in front of my siblings. Because you're trying to be that perfect person.
Trying to set the example for everybody.
Exactly. And then sometimes you mess up or you don't do well and you don't want to tell them. You keep it from them and then you take that onto yourself and you become bitter. But you got to tell people stuff, eh?
Especially when it comes to those mistakes. We don't like showing people mistakes as humans. It's like we don't like like showing the flaws of the journey. But like without them, you're not gonna do anything. Sorry, if you, that's what the starting is always the hardest because you're just like failing and failing and failing and failing, and it might take years of just failing. But then you might get that one day where it just
exactly. Yeah.
But a lot of people don't want to do that. And, obviously with what you're doing as well, I listened to the podcast saying that you were also broke at one point.
Yes.
And you like living on your friend's couch and all that, going through some difficult times there.
Yep.
And that kind of made me think like, wow, like, no one would really have any idea because everyone just might see you like outside social media profile or whatever, making videos. Oh, Jackie's fine.
Yep.
But,
yeah.
It's like, probably, I don't know. You don't really know what's going on behind closed doors in that way. So,
I mean, it's crazy. Like 2 weeks ago, I was out with some friends that I met in Thailand and we were all catching up. And then this one girl, like, she came up to me and she said, "Oh, you look like you run on daddy's money." Like, I swear. She said that to me. Everyone looked at me and all I said was, I mean, I would if I had a dad, like as a joke, and then she was like, and then she walked off.
Oh, man.
But for me, it was like, I took it in a joking way, But
yeah, like, nice.
Oh my God, what's he going to do?
Yeah.
I mean, if I had a dad, then I would,
Yeah.
There's no reason for me to go in a bad way.
Yeah.
Throw more fire onto the fire. It's just...
But I love the attitude you have because I think with people from backgrounds, for example, with family, dad not being around, parents not being around, or, people have siblings or people around them die at a young age, make things hard.
Yeah.
You can make it feel like the world owes you something.
Oh, 100%.
Because things have been taken away. And
100%.
You might have gone through that, I'm unsure, but you've turned it into something like, no, I'm going to go out and fight for what's mine. And I'm going to I'm proving to the world, like the world has already made things hard.
Yep.
I'm going to make things better. And I love that. But it's hard to get there. And I think you did it at a young age, man. So you should be proud of that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I appreciate
cool
that.
As fuck. On to something crazier. You're a stuntman. Are you still doing stunts? And this episode is sponsored by me. Do you struggle with sleeping, and particularly struggle with light and sound while sleeping? I think it's time you get the sleep that you deserve. My business, Infinity Sleep, specializes in sleep well-being products to enhance your sleep quality. I've been using sleep masks and earplugs for the past 3 years to help improve my sleep, and I'm so stoked to finally have ones that have been created for my own sleeping needs. If you would like to learn more about my business, Infinity Sleep, please visit our website, www.infinitysleep.co.nz. By making a purchase, you are directly not only supporting a local Kiwi business, but also this podcast. Use the promo code ONLYSCOTT15% and receive 15% off your first order. Go to www.infinitysleep.co.nz to get the sleep that you deserve.
I'm still doing stunts. Yeah, I'm still doing that now. Cool. Yeah. So the stunt thing is a big, like, you either get it or you don't get it kind of thing. So sometimes you lose in the aspect of that too. Because I do the content, I do the stunts. When I pitch to films, I always make a video. And sometimes we could spend hours on that with like 20 people. But then it could get declined for a film. You know what I mean? So it's like sometimes you put in the work and sometimes it just doesn't work out. Yeah. And that's okay. You just have to get back on the horse and keep trying. That's where the Star Wars one comes in as well.
Yeah. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to do little short films involving all types of stunts, but in different aspects of stunts. You know what I mean? So we want to do a fighting one. We want to do a parkour one. We want to do a Star Wars one. We want to try everything. We don't want to just stick to one thing, because if one thing fails, another door opens.
Yeah.
So for us, it's like, okay, sweet. This didn't work. Now we can try something else.
So you have like your own crew. You're like a little film crew and some people. Or organization.
We do.
Cool.
Yeah. We've got some good people around that are just trying. You know, so for us, it's just trying.
Yeah. You know, I love that because that's what we're all really trying to do at the end of the day.
Yeah, 100%. We're all trying to live, bro.
We're all trying to live. We're all just trying to make it work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, awesome. On the Star Wars note, man, have you seen the behind the scenes of Episode 3? So it's the 20th anniversary this year, which makes me feel old.
Bro, they showed it in cinemas again.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Well, I'm going to it. I've already got my ticket because I'm just like, I have to watch it.
Yeah.
But have you seen like the lightsaber scene in the last, between Anakin and Obi-Wan?
Yes.
That's like legit.
It's
they trained for it.
Yeah.
It's so cool, man. Like how they actually like trained and choreographed, and they do their own stunts for it.
Yeah,
and the behind the scenes is so buzzy. I mean, you know this world more than I do, but it's like all the green screen.
Yeah, we don't see much. We just see the green screen.
They're just fighting in the green.
Yeah,
but they're actually like got the lightsabers and doing it. I'm like, oh, it's so fucking.
They got to imagine it themselves, that everything is kind of around them, and then just play off of that. Yeah.
Well, now like with the latest Star Wars, the Mandalorian series, they actually have like all the screens like this. Have you seen the behind the scenes of the Mandalorian?
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh, so they actually have like a surrounding like video wall.
Yeah.
And so they can change the set
on cue.
On cue. So it's like, this is this planet. They're on the spaceship now. They're on this planet or whatever. And
technology has gone like
it's crazy.
ChatGPT, yeah. All of that stuff, bro. All the AI stuff.
The AI, man. The AI's doing this podcast too.
Yeah.
This is AI Jackie.
Only Scott's AI podcast. Let's go. Right.
But the behind the scenes is crazy because it's like you can just change the world around you like that.
Damn.
And, you can be fully submersive and then put all the props in. So all you need to do is I imagine it's more complicated. It's got to build the video, what's on the video walls first, build the set. But it's like, all right, now we're in the spaceship. Push the button, move out parts of the set, move it in. All right, let's go.
Yep.
Whereas before, that would have taken hours, just to even change the background. So
yeah, they get 20 people in, cut. Everyone come in, move it up. But now, if you say that they have that screen,
I recommend checking it out. It's really cool. Behind the scenes of Mandalorian.
That means they don't need to do much anymore.
Wild
kind of stuff. Yeah.
I also remember you've said about how when you've done stunts and you've been on film sets and that you really just love the fighting part of it. Yeah, that's the part that you've discovered that is actually the part you really enjoy and sent you on your fighting journey.
Yeah,
and then it has now sent you to Thailand to go and fight. So that's when did that click for you? Was that on a film set, or was that just randomly you were like, I want to be a fighter actually. This film stuff, it's cool, but I want to go and actually do the real thing.
Man, it was when I got swept that one time.
Oh, right.
Yeah, literally. I just decided, I saw Jai and I was like, okay, maybe I'll go and do a free trial. And then I was quite excited, so I told Sulin, I want to be a fighter. I want to do this in 3 months. And she's like, okay, jump in the sparring first. Jumped in the sparring, kicked, got swept, and I was like, okay, I'm signing up. I need to be here. I need to get better. Yeah, and from there just hasn't stopped. Yeah.
And then you went to King's Academy as well?
Yes, yeah. So a year and a half or year and 10 months later, I joined King's Academy. Yeah. And then from there, 1 week later, I fought as well. So it's like...
Damn, just right in the deep end.
Yeah, right in the deep end. But it was good. It was good at the time as well,
Because
So
you really wanted to do it.
I want to fight so badly, but gotta let this go.
So what happened there?
So I snapped my arm June 15th last year in my last fight. Yep.
Oh.
It's been recovering as well, but I
haven't watched the fight, so how did it snap? What was it from?
So
like
he went to switch kick and I went to parry. I stepped back parry and it just met wrong. I'll show you a photo later. It just met wrong and then my arm just stopped working.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah, that one, the trying to like.
Just the parry off.
The parry off.
But then round 1 it snapped and I just didn't know what was going on. Round 2, I'm like, okay, it's definitely broken now. Coach is like, why aren't you clinching? And I'm like, I'll try. Fuck. I have to let it go. Round 3, I'm like, okay, I just got to try survive this round now.
Oh, bro, that is crazy. Yeah. I'd bitch out. I'd be like, nah, my arm's broken.
Bro, it was awesome. Like,
is it because the adrenaline? Your
adrenaline, the adrenaline held me off. Yeah,
I suppose
usually
that would be the thing. You'd be like, nah, I'm in here now. Fuck it. I worked too hard. I can't. I did like a 6-week fight camp. Like, fuck.
I gotta fight now. I've been doing this for six weeks.
Yeah, he'll poke me in the eyes and I'm blind. I don't care.
Yeah, I still have to fight.
I'll find him and give him a good fucking kick.
Bro, 100%. Like my second fight in Thailand, at Rajadam, I got elbowed in the face, and that was kind of my reality of, these shots don't hurt. When I got elbowed right in the face, I was aware of it.
Yep.
I was like, this is gonna hurt after. Once that bell goes and they said I lost or I won.
Yep.
This is definitely gonna hurt after. I was right. It hurt after, and my jaw was sore.
Did you get cut?
Nah, no cut. I think he threw an up elbow at me off the clinch, and he just stepped in and threw it.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then as soon as I saw it, I showed you the video. I saw it coming a little, and then I dipped my head down, and it still hit my whole chin. Ooh. It was beautiful. Damn. Props to him. It was such a good fight.
Technique was on point.
Yeah. Technique was on point.
It just reminds me when I had Michael on here, and he did his King of the Ring final, and then his opponent was Daniel. And he got kneed in the stomach. I was like, how was that? And he was like, it fucking hurt like shit because he fell, but then he was like, went to Daniel, good shot, bro.
Yeah, because they've fought a couple times. I remember listening on your podcast saying to take the 8 count fully,
Yeah, which is great. 100%. It's quite interesting. Speaking of the 8 count, it just reminds me of a lot of talks going on about the safety of boxing mainly, and then MMA, maybe Thai kickboxing. I'm not sure, but this was more related to MMA with how in boxing there are more deaths.
There are, yes,
and compared to MMA and probably Thai kickboxing as well.
Yeah. They just had a death recently.
Oh shit!
Muay Thai, some guy got kicked in the rib, and then he died. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. So I guess that's. It depends, right? Yeah.
Life or death, baby.
From a body kick though.
Yeah, that's. I must have just. Yeah, I'd have no idea. Must have just broken something in there. Must have internal bleeding. I don't know.
Should have been a lead up or something, maybe.
That's crazy. From
a body kick.
Body kick.
So for me, I was like, I've never heard that before. Someone died from a body kick. But boxing. Head trauma, CTE,
and it's the repeated head trauma because you go down, you get knocked down, you got 8 or 10, whatever it is, and then you can come back up, knock down again, and then just repeated, and and then obviously with MMA, you get, if it happens once, that's a TKO, you're done, bro.
Yep. The great thing about Muay Thai is, if you get knocked down, they give you an 8 count 3 times. That's it. And then after that, no more.
Yeah.
But I guess for boxing, you can just keep getting up and up and up and up and up.
This is it, right? You've just got, it's just the fists and the head is the biggest target. Muay Thai, kickboxing, you've got more target area. Obviously, also boxing got head and the body, but you want to deliver the big ones. It's to the head.
Yeah, 100%.
And everyone loves the knockout. Good for the highlight reel. All that stuff.
All looks good. Do you know a guy named Tommy Morrison? He was a fighter in the 90s. So boxing in the 90s was crazy because they'd go 12 rounds.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's
wild shit.
Yeah, 12 rounds, 5 minutes. That's a lot of head trauma,
That's a lot of head trauma, right?
For them to keep getting up and up and up and up after that, that's going to affect them long term. But I guess now everyone's quite smart about that now. So
everyone's more aware of it.
Yeah.
And also I think there's a lot more which I like, is the shame culture on gym heroes. I think the term's called guys who want to take your head off in the gym. Spar, but it's not a spar, it's just a fucking fight, which is ridiculous. Because it's like, who's getting better? Your ego? But then you verse the next guy and you get fucking your ass kicked. So it's just like, I don't... But yeah, some people just have got the anger issues or don't understand how the process works. I don't know.
And I guess there's also different styles as well, you know, through like different martial arts. MMA, obviously, they wear 16s and they go hard because they're used to training and fighting in 4s, or like 6 ounces. But for us, we're so used to fighting in 10s, we train in 16s. So it's so different. Because Thai style is like real light. You know, Sabai style. You go light, you train, you try find shots, and then when you're on your fight, you use it.
Because that's when the power is activated.
You've practiced it in the sparring, you've practiced it with everyone. If it works in sparring, you're doing it slow, it's going to work in the fight if you do it fast. You know, so...
What's the most amount of rounds you've done sparring?
Sparring? Like bro, it'd have to be at King's. I think I did 20 rounds.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but this was in a Shark Tank. 3
minutes a round or 2 minutes a round?
15 seconds every new fighter in every 15 seconds.
Yeah, and how long were the rounds? 2 minutes, 3 minutes?
I think it was straight 20.
No, sorry, like, you had like a little 15-minute break, I suppose.
Yeah.
How long is like the round?
Oh, like, the most rounds? Like 15 rounds, yeah. But so we just go...
How long's the round? Like 1
3
minute?
minutes,
so
3-minute rounds, So that's not...
That's intense.
That's fun, yeah.
By the last ones, you must be like, all right, we're almost there.
Well, it's like round 1 before sparring, you're like, damn, I don't want to get hit. I feel really, really stiff. By the end of it, you're like, I'm really tired. I don't care if I get hit hard anymore. It's just whoever gets whoever.
It's just like, get out of my way.
And you got to make sure you pick a good sparring partner too.
Yes.
As well.
Someone who tests you like appropriately, right?
Yes.
Something else I talked a bit some martial art guys on here is having partner, like before you go and fight, like the week before, you got to be training hard, but you got to be like careful. It's like this fine balance of like, I need to be training, working hard, but I don't want to get injured. Or if you're doing like some sparring, it's like, got to have the right team, because otherwise it's like, I got kicked really hard in the rib and now I've got a like fucking broken rib or something.
Now I got to deal with that before my fight. And shit.
And then you might not be able to, or you might be able to go in, but now you're at a disadvantage, and
Now that thing happens a lot. But if you have the right team, you should be okay. And you'll know when you have the right team too, because you'll be training with everyone for like that whole 6 weeks in your fight camp. And then eventually it's not that you pick people out. You just find people who have a similar style and you want them to train with you because you kind of need it. Then it helps.
What's been like out of all your fights you've had, what's been the most rewarding one for you? Like you've taken a lot away from, like you've learned a lot from it.
My most rewarding one would have to be my first one in Thailand, I think.
That would probably be
because when I first went to Thailand, I've heard about Rajadamnern, the stadium, how it's like one of the first stadiums ever built in Thailand for Muay Thai. I said I want to fight there one day. Went to the gym, the coach just goes, "Oh, Jackie, what your weight?" And I'm like, "Oh, bro, like I'm like 78 kgs." Didn't think anything of it. And then next week he goes, "Oh, okay, next week you fight next week." And I'm like, "Huh? What? What? Okay."
That's kind of what I expect.
Yeah. So they're quite like excited. They want you to jump in the ring.
Yeah.
But the only reason I even went Thailand in the first place was because I saw a documentary with John Wayne Parr. Do you know who that is?
No, I don't know.
So he's a Muay Thai fighter from Australia, and he actually lived in Thailand as well, like from when he was young up until he grew up. So I kind of saw a documentary on him and his daughter talking about how his experiences was in Thailand when he was fighting, and that motivated me to go.
Wow.
Yeah. So, because he said he was 16 around that age. And at the time, I was around 17, 18. I was like, why can't I do it? You know, if he's doing it, why can't I do it too?
True.
Yeah.
I might as well go and do it.
Yeah.
And they start training from the age of like 5.
Bro, probably even like 3 or 4.
I can't remember if it's one of the most recent fights in one championship is Rod Tang and another...
Super Leg?
He's quite tall.
Nabil?
Maybe. But he was talking about his first professional fight at like age of 7 or something. And he versed a guy who was like 5. I was just like, this is a parallel universe to me.
Yeah. Oh, when you go to Thailand, you'll see.
It's a different... I've never been, so I'd love to go. But I'm like, this is a different world. Anything I've known about, like, you know, at that age, New Zealand, like, it's like illegal.
It would be a culture. That's what I think. When I see 2 5-year-olds fighting in like a bar in Thailand, I'm like, is this legal? You know what I mean? Like, but then back home in New Zealand, it would be like, whoa, what the heck are they doing?
Yeah.
Why are they doing that? But Thailand's like, oh, yo, there's 2 5-year-olds fighting each other in the bar right now. Everyone's got to go and watch.
Yeah. All the uncles and aunties come like bet money.
Yeah, bet money. Who's going to win? Red, 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 green, green, like, blue, blue, blue. Yeah. They walk around as well. So they walk up to you and they go, oh, are you betting on red or blue? Red. Okay, yeah. Because they know they're going to win as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I was in Chiang Mai, they did the same thing.
Really?
They come up to you, go, I'm betting red. You want to bet on blue? And then I'm like, no. Are you betting on red because he's going to win? He goes, yeah. I'm like, can I bet on red? He's like, no. What's the point? Because they're just trying to play with different foreigners as well, you know?
Yeah, I bet. So one of the funniest of a good like video I watched of this guy, what's his name on Instagram, makes a lot of Muay Thai memes. Muay Thai or something.
Yep.
He's Aussie guy, super funny. But he had one, I think, where he actually went to, he was like, I think an amateur fighter, and he went to Thailand, and he had like a video saying like, they put you in the ring like real quickly, then the coaches bet against you to make money.
Yeah. They like go, oh yeah, it's okay. This fight, easy. No worry. This guy beginner, and then you jump in and it's like death of 1,000 knees. You're like, what? Who am I fighting? Death of what?
Yeah,
500 fights, 20,000 knockouts. Like, oh okay.
Yeah.
And then you see
and
all the
coaches in there like cashing their checks, just like, yeah, you'll be great. All right, we'll put it in the
Lupini Stadium. They do a lot of gambling out there.
I bet they do.
Yeah, Raja, they don't really do gambling, but Lupini Stadium, they do a lot of gambling for the fights.
I mean, I'd join in with the fun, but it is the Wild West. It's a bit of the Wild West, I'd imagine.
Yeah, because it's like if you're a fighter and you win your fight at Lupini, the bettors all get excited. They want to take photos with you. Oh, you win me money. Oh, you're a money fighter. And then when you lose a fight, it's like, oh, you lost me money. Go away. And, oh, man.
Like you come out of the ring already beat and they come like fucking slap you in the face.
Yeah,
you lost me money.
Yeah, you lost me money, bro. I'm like, I didn't even tell you to bet on me, bro.
I don't even know you.
Yeah, I don't even know who you are, bro. I'm just here to take my fight and go. Like, who are you? But that's just their culture, eh? It's sick. It's so good. Yeah, you'd love it. Nothing closes. Everything's open all the time. So you'll never feel like, oh, have to get to the grocery store or have to eat dinner by this time, because everything's open
24/7.
24/7.
Country,
bro. 7-Eleven, oh bro.
Oh yeah, I've
7-Eleven in Thailand, oh bro. It's the
food,
best.
get the drinks, the food, everything you need.
When you go, you gotta let me know.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, I'll send you some stuff to go buy. Yeah, and you enjoy it.
That's so cool, bro. Oh man, such a crazy little journey for you going into that. And have you got another fight booked coming up or anything?
I do in Chiang Mai around late May, so
exciting.
Should be good. Yeah, me and my team are gonna head out there.
Awesome.
Try to get the belt. Yeah.
Oh, is it for the belt?
Yeah. Ooh. So I'm gonna try bring that belt home. Eh?
Awesome. What's the title? If you don't mind me asking.
Fairtex Chiang Mai.
Oh, that's
that's
cool.
So
man.
it should be a good one. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
You're gonna ask for a Fairtex sponsor?
Oh, well, I gotta get the belt first. You know what I mean? But if so, please. I'm here.
Oh, good. Yeah, I got some gloves, and I'm like, these are fucking good.
They're good, eh?
Yeah.
You should get the bag as well. Yeah. They have like the long side bag.
Yeah, we should sponsor.
Sponsor the podcast. Yeah. Only Scots.
So, I just want to take a little sidestep here, and I want to just talk about also your content creation journey, because you've been doing that. That's kind of like almost your bread and butter, I feel, where you started off. You've done so much video editing, production, and how you've kind of branded yourself as well. And I was looking at, I went to your LinkedIn out of all places, and I was like, let me have a look at this guy. What's he done? And I was like, Pack and Save. I was like, that man. This guy's the real deal.
Yeah, bro.
He's done it all. But after that, you were doing like, you're a brand ambassador for a business, and you had like, and obviously doing all your video editing stuff. So you must have learned a lot about how to brand yourself and like market yourself.
Yeah,
probably from that.
From brand ambassador, I learned how to.
You learned a lot.
I learned how to open my own business, be self-employed, and what's reimbursement? What's a tax file?
What's expense claim? Yeah.
Yeah, like it's like what's a this? What's a that? Oh, okay. What's self-employed mean? You know, what's owning a business mean? So I got to learn all of that off of that, and then from there, because that job stopped in COVID.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, because COVID kind of. It killed a lot of things.
It did kill a lot of things, yeah.
I guess it kind of recycled a lot of stuff. Yeah, unfortunately.
That's unfortunate. But you must have, because with how you go about putting yourself out there, like I look at what you've done and I'm like, that's so fucking cool. But then I look at like that experience and I'm like, I can see that he knows what he's doing. Like he's you've learned a lot from having those experiences and learning it like quite young as well, but very valuable. So I was like, okay, that's really cool. And doing all the content, and it's all like being a business owner or an entrepreneur or whatever it is now, you have to be online. Like there's like, it's really bizarre sometimes even for me to think about. Like if you want to have your business to be some form of success, you have to basically be a content creator. You do. There's no other way around it anymore. And it's kind of interesting because I remember the early days of social media, like with Facebook, and people were like, why the fuck do I need a Facebook account for my business? Like, why would you get this? What kids use? Yeah. And then now it's like, we gotta be on everything.
Everyone's following the trends.
We need social media managers. We need content creators. We need collabs. It's just such a, like 10 years ago, like this shit was just not even thought about. Everyone's like, what a joke. Yeah, and exactly. It's like, it's like entertainment, silly things online. Back then, people planking or something. Then now it's like a full-on business, multi-million dollars.
I think it's so funny because
so weird.
I used to get mocked for doing this, and then now everyone that I've seen that used to mock me is doing it now. Yeah, and for me, it's like, times changed. Like, I'm so happy times changed.
You got in though. I
got in. I cashed in.
You got in early, which is awesome. Yeah. Because that's something I think about a lot with it. Because I remember I started a YouTube channel back in like 2008. Yeah. Way back. And I remember being like, I was trying to do some stuff, and then I was like, ooh, I kind of got like, I was embarrassed and all that stuff. I'm like 15. I'm like, I'll take it down. And then I'm like, damn it. You think now you should have kept it there? Like, damn it, should have kept doing it. But it's so funny how that works with so many things. It's like what people will, tear down, mock, insult. Like personal brand, it's like, who do you think you are having a personal brand? So real. Cringe. You're not a celebrity. Now it's like,
it's like, everyone has to. Yeah. Well, it's like Instagram's the new LinkedIn, as well.
It is in a sense, isn't it? Yeah. LinkedIn is popping off though at the moment.
Yeah, LinkedIn is
popping off. It's like kind of caught up now. Like LinkedIn's always lagged behind a bit.
Yeah, it lagged behind back in 2020 and all that, and now it's kind of.
Yeah, I think COVID was a big kind of propeller of like LinkedIn of being like, people got to do more on here, Like,
but you see all the jobs on there as video content creating and photographer, videographer. It's like content creator is an actual job.
It's a job. Yeah. I remember the first time I saw social media coordinator as a job, and I'm like,
social media
coordinator? What? Yeah. You can do this for a job? Are you kidding me?
You can be on your phone for a job?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Well, do you remember when teachers would tell you, get off your phone?
Yeah, of course.
It's not going to help you with anything in your future. Can you use a calculator on your phone?
Like,
well, now.
I know.
Yeah, 10 years later, yes.
Yeah.
Back then,
it's crazy how even fast in 10 years technology has changed, and just the thinking of how social media, and I know I get some young guys on here and like bands and other creative endeavors, and they're like already got a business model and they're like 16, and I'm just like, man, that's like shit. Yeah. Like these kids are just they know the game, they understand how to do it, and I'm just like, wow. Like,
it's like
blown
when
away.
We were young, we didn't have YouTube tutorials all the time everywhere or self-help stuff on TikTok or Insta. We literally just saw some guy make it on the news, and we'll be like, that's the guy we want to be.
So that's success, it's like, the media's showing me this, and now it's sort of like, ooh, I love.
Now we get to pick and choose who.
Who are you listening to? Because before, like in New Zealand, if you go way back, there was like watch channel 1 and 3, and that was like
you just taking whatever that was there.
Yeah, that's all the newspaper. And when you're young, you're not reading the newspaper.
No way.
No.
You're like, read the newspaper. Like, yeah, I'll just draw stuff on the newspaper or something.
Yeah, doodles. Yeah,
100%.
So it's just so bizarre for that, but I just like I guess what I love now is everybody can really be their authentic self in a sense, and not be afraid as much. Yeah, that's what I love a lot about, especially upcoming like creatives, and even you could probably say fighters as well. They can put themselves out there more, advertise themselves. They don't need to have management really. They don't need to have a lot of like middlemen. I don't know what you'd call it. Yeah. You can, if you learn the way like you have. Yeah. There is a way to do it. It's just a lot more work, but it in a sense it's better because you are in control.
Yep. You get to see everything going on. That's the only thing for me. I just want to see everything going on.
Yeah, and I think that's really important because I feel, especially when it comes to the financial side of things, and I imagine this, I think, this does happen in fighting a lot with fighting contracts and promotions, because it happens a lot in the entertainment world, in film, as you know, in the music world, is a lot of people will just get signed and they, getting my paycheck, sweet. But the terms and conditions, like, you miss out on things, or suddenly you're owned by the company, or maybe you took out a loan for a project and then they've added on like 30% or something to pay back on top, and then you don't own your rights. And I feel like now, because of these young like teenagers or whatever, like they just know they don't need to worry about that as much.
No, they're much smarter as well.
As much, yeah.
They're so much smarter now.
They are, bro.
Than we were when we were their age too, bro. And like I'm only 25, but now people are asking me about creators, about this and that. I'm like, who? There's so many people coming up now.
Suddenly just out of touch. Doesn't take long, right?
Yeah. There's so many of them now, and I'm like, damn.
And so
I'm not getting that old. I'm just falling behind. Like everyone's just coming up now.
It just moves so quick.
It moves so fast.
It moves so fast. I just will never forget when way back on YouTube when people would get like 1 million subscribers, and that was like a really, really big deal.
Yeah.
And then you get paid, and I was like, what? You get paid to just make videos in your bedroom? Like, this is crazy. Like, and suddenly it was like, do you remember that guy Fred? On YouTube.
Fred, yes, the guy with the high pitched voice, and he talks really fast.
Yeah, and he got put on like Nickelodeon, and like went on this whole like mainstream journey from it. And that was like never. I mean, who would have thought making silly videos online can now turn into a proper legitimate,
Yeah, he went on like iCarly and all those shows, So yeah, that definitely can take you up a place, Like I feel like my social media has taken me places with the films that I do now as well, and fighting too. I feel like all of that kind of plays together. It's like you're kind of trying to increase your self-worth for yourself, but also show people that you can kind of do things too. And that's where I feel LinkedIn comes in. Oh, no, Instagram comes in like a LinkedIn.
Oh, yeah,
because if people can see what you do, they want to work with you as well. The first thing people ask fighters is, how many fights has he got, right? Do you have any photos?
Yeah.
Have you got any photos? Any photos of his fights? Any videos of his fights? That's the first thing they ask. But if you have it there, that's fine. It's easy.
It's almost like a digital CV, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I always tell people that Insta
showcase,
is
build up the portfolio of everything.
Because they can see who you work with. So if you collab with this person, I know this guy. This guy. Oh, he's worked with Jackie, bro. Oh, he's worked with like blah blah blah. Like you get to see who people work with and credibility here and there. Just like LinkedIn.
Yeah.
You check who the connections are.
Yeah.
All the time, right?
And this person knows this, and maybe they are trustworthy. And
exactly.
We can work with them and all that.
So you always go through the connections. You're like, who does he know? Oh, he knows this guy. I know this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Maybe we can work together, right?
Exactly.
It's all right. Yeah. Well, this is the other thing as well when it comes to the digital world a lot, and on LinkedIn specifically. I was looking for work during like COVID and all that stuff, and the amount of fake jobs. It was fake jobs. So like on LinkedIn and stuff, there was so many cases coming out about like fake organizations. Yeah. And so it was like all these like fake businesses and fake brands that don't actually exist, but they're advertising for jobs. And what they would do is they get you to go through the job application process, and then they'd like, give us your bank account so we can pay you. And then goodbye, money's taken out of your account, and then it's not actually a real job. And there was quite a few of these.
I see it on Facebook still.
Crazy. Yeah, really? Oh, Facebook's like scamming central now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
They like add you as a friend, they have 0 this, 0 that. Yeah. Then they just message you.
Like your Facebook page is going to get taken down.
Like, send us your details real quick before
we also need your bank account for some reason. It's like, what? It's like, yeah, bro, cool.
They're evolving.
Yeah, right, yeah. It's one of the most impressive ones I heard, and this isn't good, but it was impressive to me how far they went for the scam, was that it was called like Project Growth or something, some like digital marketing agency or something. And they built like a business, for digital marketing, and they had like over hundreds of Trustpilot reviews.
Oh, okay. So it's like
they had like hacked. I don't know how they did it. I don't know. Yeah. They must have made like so many different profiles and just wrote all these fake reviews about themselves. Yeah. And then they like advertised on LinkedIn for jobs and did all this stuff. And then it just turned out to be a massive scam.
Did they actually get people though?
They did. There was like a Reddit thread about it a while back, and I was just like, whoa. But it was like so many. That was like about a year or two. Yeah. You know when hard times happen, right? A lot of these people come out of the woodworks, It's kind of like modern day looting, digital looting, I'd call it, right?
Digital looting, yeah. Damn.
But yeah, that's something I've noticed is just, and the scammers are more sophisticated now and getting better and better. So you've got to be very careful of that.
Well, it's like the pump and dumps that people do in America, you know, with like crypto.
Oh yeah, what was that girl's name? The Hawk Toe girl. She did that.
She did?
She made a crypto coin.
Yeah.
And then everyone invested, and she pumped
dipped
and dumped, and then she dipped.
Yeah. I think there's a guy named Jack Doherty. He's like a YouTuber
Heard the name.
He does that quite often to his audience, eh?
What the fuck?
Yeah. So it's
That's so shitty, man.
But they always fall for it. So I think it's just
I mean, if you fall for it more than
one time, bro, then damn, bro.
That's on you.
Up to you.
Yeah. At that point, it's like...
You gotta fix yourself on that one. Yeah, 100%.
Need to do some reflection.
Yeah. I mean, only so many times you can get screwed over, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've been scared myself. Nothing for anything crazy, thank God. But like, you know, I've had it for concert tickets the most, actually. Buying online concert tickets.
Yeah, and then when they're sold out, they go, "Oh, we got 2 tickets on the side."
I think I've been scammed like 3 or 4 times.
This is on Facebook Market?
No, just on the event page. You know, go on like a Facebook event, like the event, and then be like, "Oh, I got tickets and stuff," and I'm like, "Oh, yep, keen," and then they're like, "Yep, send us your money on PayPal." I'm like, "Sweet," and then disappear. Damn
it. Yeah, people do that quite often, eh?
Yeah,
you gotta take advantage of the situation and like desperate people.
Yeah.
But that comes with the financial world, bro, and the business world.
Well, that's why it's great. Like we're having this, we can like, I feel like talking about the younger generation now, like it's just so easy to get the information, and because you're already setting up everything yourself, you own everything. Now you get to choose when people decide, you know, say if you do very well online, do very well with a business, start up whatever thing you're trying to do, and then people come along, and then you're like, well, I've already got everything set up. What are you going to do? You know, how are you going to help me? Whereas before it's like you needed them to actually even get your foot or get your toe in the door, essentially.
But now you can search it up.
Yeah. So I think that's one of the things that the really positive things people don't talk about the internet. Because everyone's always like, oh, everything's awful all the time, and media and social media and blah, 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 blah. It's always horrible. It's like, dude, like things are a bit more transparent. And, you know, like let's say Google, it might have its biases. Maybe go to ChatGPT. Maybe go to DeepSeek. Maybe even go to Bing. I mean, if you want to, but
Bing.
You know what I mean?
Bing. I haven't heard Bing in a while, bro.
It's still going hard.
Still?
Yeah.
Especially in China, I think Bing is like still the biggest thing. Because when I was in China, I could only use Bing.
There's another one that's really big over in China as well. They got their own
QQ?
one. Maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but there's all these other search engines available to you. So it's like, if you don't like this one, you do, because Google just dominates. So everyone's like, there's only Google. It's like
Google.
Back in the day, bro, it was competitive. You had Yahoo. Ask Jeeves, shout out if you remember.
Internet Explorer.
Internet Explorer had their own one. Bing, and then like what was another one? There's a few
Safari.
others.
Well. Yeah, Firefox. Do you remember Firefox?
That wasn't a search engine though, was it?
Oh.
No, I think it used Google.
Oh yeah, true.
And so did Safari, I think. But I know what you mean. But it's like there is still choice, but Google just dominates the market of search engines. But that's what I do love about it. You have the choice to find the information.
Yeah.
But obviously, what is the truth? It's like, well, I might have to do a bit of digging. That stuff is a bit trickier than before. But like we said before, you got more information. Don't have to rely on one TV channel, a second TV channel, the newspaper, where it's like, you know, you don't have much access. You know whereas now it's like you can find the truth, and I think that's what's really shaken up the world, especially at the moment. Things are fucking nuts. And it's like the world's, I don't know, I think still hasn't really come to terms with like how to manage this
social media stuff,
digital world. It's just so, you know, if you fuck up, everyone's gonna know about it. You know, if you're especially politically or whatever, right?
Yeah, well, I mean,
socially,
if you grow up really famous and you screw up, obviously people are gonna try and shit on you, but it's also like they're making the same mistakes, but they're just not publicized about it, right?
The camera
like Justin Bieber, you know,
shot. Yeah,
he's a kid, he's young, he's growing up, but he's making mistakes, and everyone judges him because he's famous.
Yeah,
but everyone behind the scenes is probably doing the same mistakes, maybe even worse, maybe even not worse, but you just don't see it.
Yeah, I was definitely a hater for sure.
Yeah,
and then I look, but I was young and stuff. But I'm like, now I'm just like, man, that poor kid.
Yeah, exactly. Now we're grown up. I'm like, damn, I feel bad for the guy.
Man, the guy on all those talk shows getting like fucking like
he got harassed,
almost molested. Not, you know, but like you know, like harassed and just.
Some girl did say that on the show. She's like, oh, I like show molested him. Or like she used the other word.
Yeah,
you know. But it's like crazy that they can say that on TV.
And it's like it's all good. He's just a teenage boy, blah. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
You
He's
know?
a guy. It's fine.
Yeah, it's all good. It's like, okay, bro.
Yeah. I used to hate the guy when I was young, you know, because I was like, this, that. But now it's like, oh man.
Sorry, man.
Yeah, sorry, bro.
It's like you had no childhood, bro. Like teenage years are gone. Like you're just the industry's got you, milk you for all you're worth, and then spit you out when they're done.
Yeah, Hollywood.
Brutal, eh?
Yeah, Hollywood's a brutal place, I think. Like
When you suddenly don't serve the industry anymore, right?
They just get rid of you.
Yeah, goodbye. Pure and simple.
Yeah, no, they do that to everyone, and I think that's just the industry in general as well. If they just don't see the worth in you, don't even think about you the next day.
Because you've been in this world, we're doing the Milan movie, and have you got, have you got other offers or other things potentially?
At the moment that I'm doing? I've got I can't really talk about
That's
it much,
all right,
but I do have one that I'm jumping on in 2 weeks' time.
Oh, exciting.
It is a Māori TV series.
Okay, cool.
For New Zealand, so I'm quite proud to be on there as well.
Awesome.
So
it's from Hollywood?
No, it's from here.
Oh, New Zealand.
So done by I think it's the NZ Film Commission.
Cool.
They're setting that one up.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know so much about the New Zealand film industry, like all those bits, but I just imagine like as soon as it's in that Hollywood world, like I don't know, I just feel like it's so seedy. Like there's, limited time, you got to get in and you got to be in everyone's good graces. And then if you say something wrong, it's like, now you got no career.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's who you know as well.
Of course. Yeah.
You know, rather than what you know. It's always who you know. Because I dropped out of uni and went and did Mulan. And I barely had any experience. Maybe some plays when I was at school in drama and all that. But it was just the people that I talked to. And then from there, it just kind of went. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
though.
did my first show called The Last Gun. After that, met a director named James Atkin, and then he told me to come back and play in Mortal Kombat a couple years later. But for me, when someone goes, "I've got a project that I want to do with you, bro," it's in like 3-4 years' time. You're kind of like, okay.
Let me see the proof.
But I know he actually did it. You know,
and
he's actually done it, and he's still doing it now.
That's awesome.
He's got a lot of stuff coming out 2025, 2026. So he's shot a lot of Mortal Kombat stuff, which I'm looking forward for too.
Cool. Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah.
He did the first one? He did the first one? The movie.
He did the first. We started off doing YouTube ones in COVID.
Okay. Yeah,
so YouTube fight scenes for Mortal Kombat.
Sick.
But then eventually they started hitting millions of views. So congrats to him, honestly. Brothers in Crime, it's... If you guys search it up, it's crazy.
I need to check it out.
Yeah, you can see like from the first video we did, we didn't expect much. We just... did it because it's a fan favorite kind of thing. They love Reptile vs. Liu Kang. And then from there, bro, that video hit like 100K. Okay, let's do another one. Do another one. Oh, bro, this one did well. Did a third one, then eventually just keeps going and going.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah.
I love that where if you can get on those sort of roles with doing the content and that.
Yeah.
How long, speaking of the content journey, how long did it take you for things to start, I guess, I don't know. There's no way to say it. When did the views start really picking up?
The views started picking up in COVID.
In COVID?
I think it started
because you'd been content creating by that point for like, what, 5 years?
Yeah, well over 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, by that
I think
point.
this is what's really important that when I think telling, like, if it's young people or anybody who wants like quick success, it just doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. So you had 5 to 10 years of building up. I mean, how many videos? 1,000 videos?
Thousands
or
of
something?
videos, bro.
Of just uploading on YouTube,
Facebook,
almost every day, all the time, consistently going and going and going and going and going, and then one day you put up a video and it's like, huh?
Yeah, it was literally just I put a video up on TikTok one day because my best friend Judah at the time, she's like, you should just go post on TikTok, you're funny as. And I was like, TikTok? Like, do you remember when people were like, TikTok? Like, musically? Like, TikTok?
Yeah, exactly. No, because that platform changed. And the first time I saw TikTok, it was just like, it was only dancing, essentially. And I was just like, okay, like, not my thing.
Yeah.
But then now it's like, again, it's like now like businesses are on it. This is an opportunity. It's a promotion tool. And it's like, wow, it's strange how it works.
Whenever we used to do drop shipping, the first place that we would go to, TikTok. You know? Everyone's on TikTok. The market's so big on TikTok. So everyone will go to TikTok.
Yeah.
Everyone's watching videos all the time. Sometimes they see an ad, they don't click. 90% might not, but 10% will.
Yeah, what's that, right? That's it. And that's something else with like businesses, and I'm sure, I don't know if you've had this conversation with people in businesses and that, because everyone's like, we're not trying to grow our social media and we're going to get all these buyers and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, well, social media following doesn't mean they're buyers.
Exactly.
You know, you can have like 50,000 people following, but maybe only 500 are actually going to buy.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Which is still great, by the way, but you got to be careful with metrics and numbers.
Yep.
And, you know, I kind of live in this marketing world a bit myself, so like impressions and clicks and cost per clicks and cost per views and all this stuff, and it's like, you got to be a bit careful, because it's like, okay, you're getting all these like views, but I mean, if that's what you want, that's cool, but it's like, if you're like a business and that, it's like, got to know your strategy. Like, what do you want from this? Because every business is like, we want results, and it's like, yeah, but like, you got to work towards the results. You got to build trust. You need to build authority.
Because people do think that if I have a lot of followers, I'll have a lot of buyers. That's not how it works. If I have a lot of views, I'll have a lot of buyers. Not really.
That's not how it works at all. It's interesting. Like and I found that even like when I'm with like different kinds of people who have whatever followings they've got, and also they can have a lot of numbers, but it doesn't mean people engage.
Yeah.
That's another big thing.
Sometimes I do. You know, I have 141, but
so crazy, man. Well done.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And then sometimes a video might only get like 10,000 compared to like one that got 50,000. That's fine.
Yeah.
Some just didn't vibe with the video. That's okay.
Yeah.
Just next one.
Next one. Because that's the other thing is also, I think with businesses they don't get, there's like everything. It needs to be, it's so weird. The amount of people I've met in business that don't really understand how even economics work. It's like the market does this. It doesn't do that. It's not just
it's not just because you've done well. It's just going to keep doing this.
It's not.
It's always going to be like this. And most people as well, when they post a video and it doesn't do well on the first day, they delete it.
Yeah.
My video didn't go viral. I have to delete it. No, you don't. Because it's still in the algorithm. If you leave it there, it might blow up.
Yeah,
in
you got no idea.
1-2 months time. Some videos that I have that I just left there, 8,000 views, but in 2-3 months time I go back, it's like 2 million.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
That's
okay.
a trip, yeah.
I didn't expect that, but it's just because the video is getting played in the algorithm all the time, bro. So you just gotta leave it there.
Yeah.
But people get scared that, they didn't reach the views.
It looks bad.
It looks bad on my channel. I'm gonna delete it.
Yeah.
You should just leave it. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, I kind of learned that lesson when I started this podcast more, and everything just kind of looked a bit crap. But I was just like, you know what? Who cares? I was like, I'm not going to learn anything if I just have to keep like redoing silly production things all the time. Like, I will have to do that as I go.
Of course,
But in the beginning, I do remember I was just like, oh, well, good enough. I was like, fuck it. We'll just have to, as long as the audio doesn't crackle, we're fine. Like, you know, but you might have had that with your content as well. Like, oh, like shit, like this cut out and this, you know, the battery died or whatever. But it's like, oh, well, screw it. That's enough. You know, 100%. And you kind of, that's what you got to do. That's what I've learned massively from this process. It's like, oh, well, all the bruises and all the, you know, all the mishaps. It's like, just got to roll with it.
And the crazy thing is it's going to only get crazier.
That's right. That's what I'm thinking.
Because every day we go through crazy stuff, we expect, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. But what's the better?
That is true.
What's the better? When you're relaxed, you're probably still going to feel the same because you still got all those things going on behind the scenes.
Yeah. How do you because you're doing so many things, how do you manage your time effectively?
Google Calendar, bro. Google Calendar. Thank you so much, Google Calendar. Oh man, I started using Google Calendar because on there as well, you can kind of task them and then mark them off when you finish. Guess for me, that's like a little serotonin boost because
it's like done.
I finished it.
Yeah.
So I forget about all the things I have to do. For me, I just think about just want to get this done. Want to get this done. Want to get this done. Yeah. So it's little things like that. That's how I manage my time.
You must have.
I trick myself into thinking it's a game. You know, the tasks that I have to do are games.
Sure, you must have to micromanage your time like crazy.
I do my best not to micromanage. You know, so
like 6:37 to 7:32.
I'm
doing this, and then
I have to talk to this about this time, and then I have to leave by then. I used to be like that, but I think I was too much. It's too much. You know, you have to keep it kind of leveled. If you do too much of something, it's not good. You know, you got to balance it somewhere. So for me, that's my balance of if I don't micromanage, I just keep it what it is. I'll be okay. Nice. But if I micromanage, I'm not overthinking. Then I'm gonna get all crazy. I'm gonna get stressed, and then oh man,
nothing good happens from the stress.
No.
Never,
No,
ever. Because even like before, like today, like I replaced the light in the studio, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta go down the road. And I'm just like, what's gonna, even something as tiny as that. I'm like, Scott, what are we doing?
Yeah. I mean, also, it's like, it's already happened.
Yeah.
Your stress is probably not gonna help.
It's really not helping, eh? Yeah. That's one thing with a lot of people's energy and people I've worked with, and I find hard, is like, if there's a mistake or something went wrong or whatever, then people go fuck nuts, like flip the lid shit. And I'm just like, is it necessary?
Yeah.
It's still like the same result, you know? So,
yeah,
come back to the martial art things. It really just helps you sort of manage those emotions even better. Do you find that? Helps you manage
100%.
those kind of like emotions? Like, you don't seem like a guy to me that has outbursts, really.
Oh, I definitely do behind the scenes. Like, it's just
Sometimes.
more like, damn, like, why can't I get this right? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I'm real self-critical, I think. Yeah, I just, not that I want to be perfect. I can't be perfect, but it's just, I will have an expectation of myself, for myself.
Why can't it be this good? I need to be better.
Why can't I take the extra step? Why can't I jump a little bit higher? But that's the thing that comes with fighting. You're always trying to perfect yourself.
Speaking of fighting, going back to that, I saw a video of you with I'm going to butcher his name, Sanchai.
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 Don't watch the Sanchai. No.
Sanchai, and I was just like, damn.
Yeah.
Bro, that guy's a legend. How was that? How was working with him? What was that like? How'd you meet up with him?
Man, like, meeting up with him really changed my ways of thinking for Muay Thai. Because I always thought, if you're the best, you're going to act like the best. He doesn't even talk about his fighting that much at all. He literally just asks you, come have food, and then we'll do our training. You know?
So lovely.
Like, you'd expect him to be like, oh, yeah, sup, bro, I'm the champ. Like, nice to meet you. How's things going? He's just like, oh, bro, come eat food with us, and then we'll do our pads. I'm like, what? He just treats you like another person.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that about the martial art community so much, because there's so much of that.
Well, it's so real, you know? Like, being a fighter is so real because all the emotions you take.
It's such an honest environment, hey?
Exactly, yeah. I'm like, your best friend's always going to be the one that you fight.
It's true.
Because you both showed the real emotion of it. Like, whether you hate each other or not, that's real emotion.
Yeah.
You know? So, you guys are always going to bond off of that. Like, Michael Isaac talking about him and Daniel.
Yeah.
You know? Same thing.
Yeah.
They're always going to have that bond because no one's fought that many times together like them. No one's going to have that relationship that has that much that much emotion.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
100%.
Because that was the most realest moment for both of them. That's fragile moments.
It is crazy. You just literally like going in there, laying it all on the line, throwing everything you've got, and because you've done it all, and then you're at the end, you're just like, oh, bro, let's just go like get a drink or something.
Yeah, what's bro? All good stuff.
It's like it's sweet. Yeah, it's what I love about that martial arts as well. It's a very honest, real environment, and I feel. The world, I feel, has become very fugazi at times. Smoking and digital stuff, as good as it is, the bad side of that is the smoke and mirrors, and like
100%.
People getting validation from things that aren't necessarily real, like getting
like likes and views,
like getting a follow. It's like, I'm guilty sometimes. I'll look at my numbers and be like, oh, let me have a look, and I'm like, what does this really mean? I'm just like, it's just numbers on a screen, really. At the end, for that sort of, you got to for the social channels. Like, and I try and be a bit careful with it because it's like, okay, like, all right, maybe this one did okay, like we were talking about before. 10,000 views and then maybe 50,000 views, and for me, it's like, I'm like, okay, well, this got like maybe a little bit, okay, but this one didn't, and it's like, well, that's all good, bro. We'll have the next one. It's like you said, and that's like. Yeah, don't want to get caught up in the numbers too much.
Exactly, yeah.
Because you're gonna, it's also, it doesn't really, what does it really reflect? It's like, okay, it blew up, but people who blow up in the moment or do really well in the moment, what are you going to be next year? What are you going to be the year after? Is it going to last? Like,
you got to focus on the mission, eh?
Yeah, you do. The mission. I like that.
Because people get lost in that all the time.
Yeah. What is the mission, Jackie? What is the mission?
The mission?
Do you have a mission?
I'm just living, eh? I think just trying to live is the mission.
Well, to me, you are. On the outside, I'm like, you've lived like free people's lives. It's like, so like, it's, like I said, it's inspiring. Like, I think, like, especially now because you're still 25, so you can, like, it's just like, just using that time effectively to try everything. And then you can find out, obviously you do it Muay Thai fighter now, you love it, you're enjoying it, you're killing it. going for the champ, going for the belt.
Yeah.
Sick. And then, but you've got all this experience and you've opened up a lot of avenues for yourself and having options. And I think that's I don't know, I feel like these days now that's more important than ever. I feel like the old traditional way of, maybe I'm wrong here, but I feel like you got to be a little bit open with you can't just be like one thing anymore, really. Maybe a doctor. Maybe you're okay.
Oh, doctor,
you'll be fine. You'll be fine. But even but being a doctor, you probably have to like learn. Maybe one day you're just a GP, but you got to jump in the emergency.
Yeah,
the next
surgery
day,
tomorrow.
And it's a different.
You don't even know.
It's not just checking up if someone's cold or grandma's. I know what's wrong with grandma. Now it's like someone's leg's been cut off at a chainsaw. Like,
you got to be able to like switch and go. Okay, I know how to do that. Yeah.
So I feel like, well, and it's a random example, but I just feel like now, like the way that you are going about things and the way that the world is, it's like the traditional ways of what I feel like even you grew up with and I've grown up with. It's not, that world's not really.
It's not there anymore. It's different
anymore.
now. Yeah. And it's gonna, bro, in 20 years, it's gonna be even more different.
I think
about
so.
that. Like,
I know. Well, now we're gonna have all of our own AI slaves at home. Yeah.
Well, like in China, don't they have like Amazon drone carriers that like
they
take
do?
stuff?
Yeah.
And Dubai now has flying cars.
No way.
Yeah. You need to search it up. It's crazy.
What? It's happened?
Yeah. But it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a little helicopter, but
they're like hovering above the ground.
So like, if you don't want to dodge normal
thing I've heard
traffic, you
in a
can
while.
do air traffic. I don't know how they're gonna manage that with like air traffic lights and all that. I don't even know.
I've seen the Tesla robots. I've seen those.
Tesla robots.
Yeah, so they've made like the actual like, I don't know.
Oh damn.
Like actual like humanoid Tesla robot things, and I'm just like, it's iRobot.
Oh no, oh no, someone's gonna get thrown out a window, bro. We're gonna have to find out who has emotions.
Yeah, it's like I don't even know what's real anymore. It's like that's the thing about the smoke and mirrors. It's like and then everyone goes to like ChatGPT to like chat about their day.
Because they take information about you. They learn about you and then they push it back out.
in the system, and then
which is crazy.
It's just so weird.
Yeah.
I mean, these tools are very helpful, but there's also like a dark side to
there's
it.
There's the bad to it too.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's a convenience, but now they got all your information.
Yeah.
I saw a great meme of like this. I can't remember what meme it was, but it was like AI taking over the world. But then they were like, there's one guy they're about to like kill, but they're like, no, don't kill him. He said please and thank you with his prompts.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, because ChatGPT remembered it. Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna keep saying please and thank you.
Yeah.
This seems too legit.
Yeah, but I mean, it is quite legit because if you do ask questions, that will answer you those questions in a certain way back.
Yeah.
Based off how you asked it or who you are or the chats. Because I used a free trial on ChatGPT and it does say you've ran out of free like trial with this person. We're gonna put you with a different one.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
What does that?
What does that even mean? Like,
who's the AI?
You're gonna put me off with someone else because I've run out of time with this AI robot?
Yeah,
what?
Yeah.
Like, what? I don't even know what that means. But yeah, as good as it is bad as well. Yeah, it's like, oh, I've got my information, bro. It's sweet. It's also like, bro, they've got your information. Like, shit.
Yeah, well, I used to, isn't it? I don't know how you feel about this, but when I used to sign up to things, I used to be really fussy, like giving phone number, email address. I used to use fake ones all the time, like all that stuff. I need to probably get back on that, but so at one point I just got complacent. I'm like, fuck it, like, all right, whatever, like take my email, and I'm like, and the phone number thing that would be the one that pissed me off the most.
Yeah.
I went to Noel leaving, and there was like, oh, we need your phone number. I'm like, why do you need my phone number? And they were like, they don't get that response, and they're just like, well, we need it for the warranty. I'm like, you got my email. Why do you need my phone number?
Yeah.
And then they had like this discussion. Oh, we can't give you the. I'm like, what do you mean you can't give it to me? It's like you got my. I was like, I felt like I was a boomer, but I'm like, no, I don't want you to have all my data.
Yeah, 100%.
But it's just funny moments like that.
I used to actually work in naming as well.
Did you?
Funny that, yeah.
Damn.
So and they used to.
What haven't you done, bro?
Bro, customers used to say that too.
Oh, really?
Like,
They had
why
that
do I have
too?
to give you my email? For your receipt.
Yeah.
Just in case you lose it, we can just search up your name and then we'll come up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, which I understand because now it's like a lot of people don't want to share their information now that
we're in a data-driven world. You know, that's the thing.
Yep.
Data is gold, man.
Yep.
Like data is gold.
Yep.
You know, like so. I totally understand it, and you have to be very careful. I feel like, and even like with phones, like I've only a few years ago I really got into like kind of more it's kind of boring, I suppose, but like making sure I have like virus software on my phone.
Yeah, yep.
Because like, bro, like it's not hard to hack the phone.
Yeah,
VPNs,
two-step authentications, all of that, bro.
You gotta have it,
Yep.
especially for someone like yourself. Oh, have you had fake accounts been made?
100%.
Oh,
100%.
That must be weird.
I think more when I'm leading up to my fights, I always get like fake accounts made, and they get sent to my friends.
Yeah.
You know, just buy a ticket here, buy a ticket there, but. No, I've already put the link on my official story. Like, that's where you should go. You shouldn't go off these, like, 0 followers, 12 posts, 36 following. And then they're telling you, oh, buy the link here.
Yeah.
This is where the tickets are.
That must happen to you quite a bit.
Yeah.
That's very strange.
Yeah, I don't really think about it that much, you know?
It is weird.
Now that I think about
it,
you
gotta
it's
be
like
careful,
someone
though.
makes an account of you just to try and make money off other people. It's
scumbags, bro.
Yeah.
There's too many.
Yeah.
I do have other questions I want to ask
you.
Sure,
let's go.
On my list. You were in a video with Savage.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, tell me about that.
Right, so...
Tell me about that.
Oh, that was such a fun time. I went to the Gold Coast around Christmas time, and I met this... Because I was doing this mental health men's wellness, you know, charity, and jumping in with those guys. So getting to learn what these people, you know, are going through... And that's crazy because they're all millionaires, but they still go through the same problems as we do. And they still don't know how to deal with it either. So for me being a 24-year-old, it felt weird. Why am I teaching these guys like
mental health?
Yeah, why am I teaching them mental health? But it's not that I'm teaching them. They always need someone to remind them. That's it. It's just a reminder. They haven't forgot it. It's just they need a reminder. They need someone to tell them, do 5 more sets here, 5 more sets there. Kind of like a PT. You only pay that person because you need them to help you get on track. You could do it yourself, but you'd rather pay someone to help you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was doing that, and then one of the guys, his daughter was a film director.
Right.
So then he recommended me to her, and then she recommended me through to her boyfriend. And her boyfriend was he was a film director in Australia.
Yeah.
And he does music videos. And I saw that he followed me already. So I followed him back. I hit him up. I was like, hey, bro, if there's any work around, just let me know. I'll jump on. He goes, oh, bro, we got the shoot coming up this week. Do you want to come through? I was like, okay.
Yeah.
You have to listen to this song. Okay, sweet. Hey, bro, Johnny, which is, you know, my best mate. I was like, bro, we're going to go to this shoot. It's going to be sick because I was with him in the Gold Coast at the time. We went through, saw Savage, saw a South Auckland tattoo on his arm, and I was like, are you from South? He goes, yeah. Are you from South? I was like, yo. And then we just started talking.
Yeah.
Bro, he's like the nicest guy ever.
I bet.
Yeah, he's so sweet. And
music legend in New Zealand.
Yeah, 100%. I didn't even know he didn't live in New Zealand, you know? But like,
yeah, he must live in, I can imagine the opportunities are just better in Australia.
Opportunities are quite crazy in Australia, you know? But that's how I met him. Just pure coincidence, just working, doing my own thing.
And then you had like the video and like all the money and like going crazy, and I was just like, it looks so fun.
That was like towards the end of the music video that we did that, and we were all quite tired because we've been shooting the whole day. Film set and stuff. It's big days. And he was like, okay, we need energy, like this is the last shoot of the day, the last part of the video. We need the energy. And I was like, okay, sweet. Then we just started screaming Rewa, you know? Like, and then I brought the energy in, and then the director was screaming it, and the sound guy was screaming it. Everyone was just having the energy there. So I guess it kept us going because we went till like 11 at night from the morning or the afternoon.
Big days. Yeah.
Big days, bro. Yeah. And in a shed, and it's hot, and it's Australia.
Yeah. Spiders and who knows.
Oh, luckily I didn't see any there. I think I was too tired to, but...
That's good. Yeah, that's so cool though. Like you could dip your toes into the. Would you do more music videos or?
I mean,
like
it depends on what I'm doing in the music videos.
True.
You know, I'm not gonna do like
that is true.
A bedroom scene or something. Yeah.
I
was like, whenever they offered me that, I was like, I don't want to do any bedroom scenes, anything like that.
Yeah.
Jackie Chan didn't. Why do I have to?
That's true.
Yeah,
maybe Jackie Chan wanted to in the Rush Hour movies.
Yeah, I saw the deleted scenes of that one. I
got to rewatch those movies, man. I love them so much.
They're so good.
It's like close to my heart. That stuff.
Authentic.
It's just so funny.
Yeah.
It's just so fun. It's just such a simple concept.
Yeah. It's like you've never seen it. It's simple, but you've never seen it before.
It's just so good. Ah, man, that's great. What was another one I was gonna do? You were before. Yeah, you mentioned that you were in the Air Force.
Yeah. So I was in Ardmore Air Force for 3 years. Yeah. So
What was that like?
It's for me at the time, I didn't have the discipline. You know, I was quite young, and the reason I was even in the Air Force in the first place because my bully was bullying me for a year at school, and then I finally stood up to him because my friend taught me how to fight, and then he ended up telling my mom that I was bullying him for the year and a half, and then so my mom didn't listen to me. She sent me to the Air Force.
Really?
Yeah, but that's how I met my best mate Jesse, who is also a videographer now. Yeah, he goes by Tri Visuals.
Destiny, bro.
Yeah. So I met him quite young, you know.
That's so bizarre.
Yeah. So if that hadn't happened, I probably wouldn't have created a bond with him or known who he was in the first place. So I guess everything happens for a reason.
That's pretty crazy, though.
Yeah. So I met Jesse in the Air Force, and then eventually throughout the years, he worked at Pack and Save as well. So it's
Pack and Save journey.
Yeah, all the boys worked at Pack and Save together. And now that we're out of it, we're all kind of just comparing it now.
Yeah.
So.
It's so great though. I think for when I talk to people who've done great things like yourself, and it's like we all like supermarket. Like I used to work in bars and like hospo shit or doing tile. Oh god, bro! I tell you, one of the worst jobs I had was tiling.
You're gone.
Oh, tiling, bro.
Tiling.
That's hard.
Why?
Because it's like so fucking physical every day. It's like, you're cutting up all the stuff, making the glue. I'm like, I am not cut out for this shit. But that was but then I also did like hospo jobs. Like,
hospo would have been like
spending 5 hours stocking a fridge in the fridge. Yeah. Shit like that, you know. But you've done stuff like that. And I feel like all those experiences of having those kind of, I hate saying crummy jobs because they're important, but when you're in the moment, it's like, I don't want to do this. But if you do it, then you are like, all right, I'm driven to now, like for you, probably gave you a bit of fire, being like, I need to like get my content, I need to do my thing, I want to do the fighting, and you know. So those jobs,
doing Mulan,
you're doing Mulan,
Pack and Save, right? And I told Pack and
Save, what a different universe.
Yeah, like, I was still working at Pack and Save, and then I was like, okay, maybe I'm gonna take some time off. I'm gonna go do this film.
Yeah,
then I'll come back. Did the film for like 3.5 months, and then I came back and I quit. I quit straight away. I was like,
was it satisfying?
It was satisfying, but at the time I was like, I just thought I would go off of that the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just ride the wave, quit the job, and I was like, oh shit, the wave is over.
Yeah,
you know, because it doesn't last that long. You know, so once that wave was over, I just ended up getting into the brand ambassador job.
Nice,
straight away. So it's like, had to find different sources.
Yeah.
That's
also something really important to touch on about like riding the wave. Like, you know, also amazing opportunity to work on the Milan, do that thing. But,
amazing.
But now it's like, you rode the wave, and now it's like, well, what's the next thing? And it's like, I thought there would be a next thing.
I thought that was, yeah.
Yeah, that's fascinating to me.
Yeah.
With like the wave. I think one of my favorite stories is from the band Smashing Pumpkins?
No.
They're like a rock band out of America. They were very big in the 90s, but they were like at the pinnacle, like very, very famous. You might know some of their songs if I play them to you. But anyway, they had the record label at the time, because they were like double platinum albums, you know, and that's like millions and millions of copies being sold. And they're just like, you've got about 5 to 7 years.
Yeah.
And you better work, because that's going to be over after that. And that's like, it's like, like you said, a bit of a wave, but like you got to make the most of the wave if you can get on whatever it is, right? Like take what you can, create more opportunities. It's like what Dana White always says to the UFC guys. It's like, don't just rely on this. You need to be creating brands and collabs and like doing all the stuff. And like some of those guys are amazing at it, you know, they're really, really good. And I'm like, that's true. Like you get to like, especially in the martial art world. I mean, unless you're a heavyweight, maybe you've got to a 40.
If you're John Jones.
If you're John Jones.
If you're John Jones, you'll be a champion forever,
you got to a 40, but
Yeah.
most people, you've got until about 35,
Yep.
roughly around there. And you know, like you got to be doing things outside of it, you know? Otherwise, you know, like I guess, well, maybe you could be a trainer at the gym and maybe whatever, but now that you've got a bit of notoriety, a following, you know, like you're in front of people, you have opportunities to create businesses or to create, opportunity. Yeah.
Well, especially once you're a champion, right? You have the key to pretty much the whole world.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, once you become the champ, oh man, try ride that wave as much as you can.
The best example of this I've seen, and obviously typical one now being New Zealand, but Izzy. He has done incredibly well with creating opportunities for himself with business, branding and stuff.
Marketing,
property,
all of that.
Property.
He's done it, yeah.
So
he set himself up, so even if he doesn't fight, he's good.
It's the way, and like that's a good blueprint and an example, I think, like to look at. And I think it's important because even like fighting it could be even like in the arts and stuff, like you have to have something else. Unfortunately, this stuff, it doesn't always pay well. I mean, obviously on that level it does, but like even then, like it's a one payday. It's not like it's not like a retirement pension fund you get for the rest of your life, you know?
Well, everyone, once you get like $1 million, right? You just want to spend it. No one teaches you how to save it or invest it or do all this or that. That comes with $100 even. No one teaches you, put $20 away, spend $15 here, $10 on food. They just go, $100, yo, I'm gonna go buy food.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the best random example of this, but one of the best examples that was just so simple who showed this concept was Shaq. Shaquille O'Neal. He got like a piece of paper and he was like, here's what you do. And he was like, you reinvest this much, like you then put this much aside for your savings. You then put this aside for like bills and rent and whatever. And then you then have this much to actually spend. And I was just like, man, that's it. That's what you got to do though. Because otherwise it's like, you just no responsibility, just blowing it up, right? Yeah. Spend it all. What about the rest of it?
MC Hammer had 33 million.
MC Hammer, right? Yeah.
33 million. What do you do with 33 million, bro? How do you blow all 33 million,
Would have been a good time.
Yeah. Would have been
a short time.
Good 5 years or good 2-3 years. Something like that,
Yeah, and then it's over and it's like, okay.
Well, let's like Conor McGregor. He's a good example. Yeah. After the fighting thing, he built the businesses everywhere else. Yeah. After boxing Floyd Mayweather, he just went off with the business stuff, Yeah,
he did.
And people ask him why he's not fighting. It's like,
the businessman.
Man, if you're doing all that much business and it's all doing well, would you fight again? Like, probably not.
And that much cocaine.
Bro. Stand your base. That guy's crazy.
I mean, it's funny, but it's also sad.
It's insane. Because I miss that Conor legacy. Yeah. I miss his... bro.
Yeah, like him up and coming and being like... There was the shit talking and stuff, but he had the, the amount of knockouts and crazy stuff. Yeah. And,
Mystic Mac.
I'll never forget when I wasn't massively into the UFC at the time, but I watched like some some pay-per-view stuff every now and again. I remember watching that first Aldo. Was it the first Aldo fight? And just knocked him out.
13 seconds.
13 seconds. And I was just like,
this guy is it. Like, he is the thing.
This is the man. This is the guy. And I'm just like, this is insane.
Yeah. Or even Eddie Alvarez fight. I don't know if you saw how the crowds
I don't remember it right now, but I imagine there's another one like that. Knocked him out.
Madison Square Garden, cleaned him. But had him deer in the headlights before because of all the trash talk, So
just got on the head way too much. Too much of the shit talking.
Well, back then it was so easy to get in their heads.
It was.
But now everyone's like, you're just trying to be Conor McGregor.
Yeah. Well, no one in the UFC would... Oh, it's Chael Sonnen. That's going back a bit.
I love Chael Sonnen.
His shit talking was more like... I don't know. Was it... he did say some pretty crazy things. What's that one about? Was it Tito Ortiz? Was it him? And then
about computers or his wife?
No. I was someone else from Brazil, and it's like, I saw them in America, but they were trying to feed the bus a carrot or something.
Yeah. I didn't even know they had computers in Brazil. I was like, damn. But his one was so decorated. So it was like Muhammad Ali.
And there was no like profanity. It was more just like very creative, funny, entertaining shit talking. Not like, fuck you, I'm gonna kill you. You don't know shit. Like,
he's like, I'm better than John Jones. Yeah. I'm better than Sean Connery. Like real like talk, like poetry.
Yeah.
Real, like him, Michael Bisping, and Conor McGregor. Have you seen that video of them roasting each other?
Oh, no, I'm checking it out.
You need to watch that. Yeah. They all trash talk each other on the UFC stage together. As like an actual...
Just them talking trash. That's funny. One of my favorite trash talkers now is DDP. Yeah. He's one of my favorites. But I know he's a bit, obviously unfortunate with Izzy, but like the trash talking, man, it's high level.
Well, I wouldn't even say he trash talks people. No, I think he talks logic in ways of, you're not funny, bro. That wasn't even funny, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, just stuff like
but
that.
But it's like so mean that I like it.
Yeah, I think it's just brutal, honest truth, really.
The one bet he did with Sean Strickland, that first
that
fight,
was crazy, bro.
And he did that laugh. I'm like, oh man, here it comes.
Yeah.
And he's like, you think your dad beat the shit out of you? I'm like, God damn.
That one was a rough one, when he said that.
Like,
I was
like, is that too far? And I'm like, I don't know. And then the fight went into a decision.
Yeah. I mean, DDP's a nice guy too.
I'm sure he is.
Yeah,
I've never met
cool.
him.
Yeah, he's cool.
Have you met him?
Yeah, I met him in Africa when I went African.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's a lovely guy too.
True.
Yeah.
I bet he is. I mean, that's the thing about with doing, I think, UFC. It's you got to sell the fight. You gotta say the shit to try and get people interested. Bums on seats. There's a process to it. There's a character you got to put on. I think all fighters are good, Yeah. I think pretty much anyone who fights is, 95%.
Yeah.
We'll give 90%.
Yeah. Most fighters in general, I think, are good people.
Yeah. Well, it's such a humbling sport, especially MMA, kickboxing, Muay Thai. It's such a, There's only so far you can showboat, really, and then you're just getting punched in the face. So it's like,
it's the most brutal, honest sport, I think, because if you play off and you muck around in training, it's going to show in the fight because you're the only one in there fighting at the time. So if you slack off in training, you're going to show in your fight.
Yeah.
It's going to show. You drop your hand in training, you're going to drop it in your fight when you get tired, So it's like, that's why it's so honest. If you keep your hand up in training, you're going to keep it up in the fight. That's the most honest way fighting gets.
What's been for you with your learning Muay Thai and the skills you've been learning? What's been one of the harder skills to learn in your journey?
The hardest skills to learn in my journey is patience, I think.
Patience
of everything,
And fighting as well, like fighting, just being patient.
Everything, yeah. Because whether it comes to just learning how to jab, kick, you get excited. Get really excited. You break your arm like me. You just get excited. You want to get back in there straight away. You want to prove yourself because maybe you're coming off a loss, but you got to be patient. That comes with everything. Even learning like a jab. You jab, you might feel excited. Oh, I want to keep doing it. But you got to take time. You got to be patient. You can't you don't just get it straight away.
No,
you have to be patient with it.
Yeah, it's interesting, like how you when you look at like basic techniques like a jab, a right hand, a hook. There's a lot more to it than I think people even believe. It's like, oh, you just throw a punch. It's like, no,
that's not a.
There's a whole like philosophy behind it, and if you get it wrong, it's not going to land right, or you might even fuck yourself up in the process.
Chess battles.
It is chess.
Mental chess, bro.
Oh man, yeah.
I feel most fighters,
I bet
they don't get physically tired. I think it's mentally tired. Bro, I think most fighters could go 20 rounds if they wanted. But I think they just get mentally so tired because you think about, before the fight, damn, I'm scared, I want to fight, Then you get to the fight, okay, calm. Then you get in the ring, it's like, okay, I gotta stay calm. Oh, that's my opponent, okay, sweet. You think about everything. When you think in the fight, you're like, oh, what if I get knocked out? Oh, what if I win? You can't even think that far.
No, it's just it's like so in the moment.
Think that far. Yeah,
it's just so in the moment.
Yeah,
no time to think.
No time, bro. It's like shots that I've planned never happen. It's always things that I just didn't even think about that happen. Yeah, after the fight, what even happened? Oh, this is the video of your fight. Oh, I didn't mean. Like you don't even really remember it.
I bet. Yeah, I bet that's what it's like. Because I just imagine you just get fight or flight kind of hitting you when you're in there with the
all your senses are just like
everything's heightened. It's like this is it.
Yeah,
I might die in here.
100%.
What an adrenaline rush. That'd be crazy,
bro. If you ever get in the ring and you feel it, you're gonna realize you'll be like, oh, this is what it feels like. You're gonna get kicked. You won't feel it, but you'll feel it, and you'll be like, oh. This might hurt tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
There's been shots that I've thrown or taken, and I was like, I'm not going to be able to walk up the stairs tomorrow.
Tomorrow's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, man. Fucking hell. Honestly, dude, like, the journey that you've been on to me is just like, it's very inspiring. I hope that a lot of people can, like, take away stuff that even, like, you're so young as well, and you still got so much more you want to do.
Yeah.
Like, are you still, obviously you got the Muay Thai and stuff, like, are you thinking of maybe getting into anything else?
At the moment, nah, I'm just focused on this belt.
On the belt? Yeah.
I think in life I look too far forward, and that's why I get stressed. So for me, I just need to focus on one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Because I focus on so many problems that come my way because I think too far ahead. Then I get even more stressed. But now I think I just got to take it one day at a time.
Yeah.
You know, focus on the training today, focus on the training tomorrow. That's it.
Mm.
If any more, I probably will stress myself out, to be fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Now that
like,
you
it's
say
good
it
to
like
plan
that
ahead,
when you're to a fight, I really
Yeah.
believe that you just can't.
Nah.
You can't go beyond that day because otherwise it's like
You got to get through that day first.
Yeah, you got to get through that before the next chapter.
Well, I had a good friend when I was going through a lot of stuff, and she pretty much said, you know, every problem that comes your way isn't a problem; it's an opportunity for you to do something else.
That's
you know,
cool.
and I kind of like switched my mindset. It's like a little light bulb, right? Because when you think of problem, you think like, a wall.
Yeah,
you can't get past that wall. But with that problem, it comes an opportunity. Maybe just go over that wall, go around it.
Yeah.
You know, no one really looks that far. They just go, fuck, there's a problem. Oh, I'm going to turn my way back and walk around. Yeah. Oh, damn, I have a problem. I'm going to turn back and restart and do it. No, you can find a different solution from that problem and move past that. If you want.
Yeah.
If you want, though.
It is the choice of the individual when the problem comes, and how you deal with it. Do you reckon, since you've kind of been pursuing with martial arts and fighting, that you find dealing with like some of those decisions, do you find it easier?
For me, I haven't really thought much about it, to be fair, but I think it's helped business. It's helped me 100%. I don't think about it much with fighting, just because I'm always trying to focus on one thing, fighting at a time. You know, obviously now I'm focused on my arm, so I'm not trying to look past my arm because every time I look past it, I always end up breaking it.
Yeah.
And it's happened 3 times, so now I know. Maybe I shouldn't look past it.
Third time, I know.
Yeah, third time now I know. Don't look past the arm. Just take it a day at a time, bro, and it should be alright. Yeah, she'll be alright. She'll be alright, bro. Yeah.
All good. Yeah, that's I can getting straight. Yeah, that's one thing I've had to be careful of too. Stress of the future. It's very easy to just be like, oh, tomorrow.
Where am I going to be in 10 years' time?
Yeah, is it
I'm
going to
have this by 10 years.
Yeah. I think that's something we got to be careful with. Unnecessary stress.
Being too hard on yourself, bro. Like, I think
there's too much to compare. Yeah, I think going back to the social media stuff, there's so much to compare to. You got so much to compare. It's so easy to be like, oh, but this person's
only
got
Scott
all
just
this.
hit like 100,000 views. Like, I haven't hit 100,000 views.
That'll be hilarious if it happens. I'll be like, what? You shouldn't be listening to this.
Like, huh? Yeah.
I'll laugh about that when that happens. I mean, that's just I just imagine even like for yourself, like when you even get to like 100,000 followers, you'd be like, oh. Was that a weird moment for you?
When I hit 100,000, I didn't really think about it. Yeah. I don't even think like I did for the first 50,000 followers. I was kind of like,
whoa,
you know,
that's cool.
Oh yeah, 10,000. Awesome. Oh, thank you guys. 20,000. Oh, thank you guys. 30,000. Thank you guys. Now it's like, I just try to look past it. Yeah. You know, after 50,000, I was like, I'm only gonna get more addicted and addicted.
Yeah.
And I've seen how YouTubers and all those people get once they get addicted. Like
growing numbers.
FouseyTube, do you know FouseyTube?
No.
Okay, if you ever get the time, search that guy. He did like pranks. He was the one that created the whole prank trend.
Oh yeah. That was huge for a bit.
Yeah. And then once that trend died, the views started dying. He got obsessed with it. You know, and you don't want to get obsessed with that kind of stuff at all. Like you said, you know, like you don't want to look at your followers all the time.
No.
You know, you just want to look at them and go, okay. Move on. Focus on the real mission.
Yeah,
you know?
Focus on like real life and what we're actually trying to achieve. Yeah. That's one thing I feel. This is the part I feel sorry with like younger people. Is because this is like what they're, you know, like they know how to use the tools, but they kind of, I feel like treat it like it's real life too much. Yeah. With socials, like too much. Like I've noticed that with some teenagers and stuff, and I get it. Like I understand why. Like that's the world they know, but it's just like, oh man, like. That sucks. Like, that's what you think real life is.
Yeah.
This is just people showing the best version of themselves. It's not real.
For us at school, or anything like that, you saw what you saw. That's it. You know, there was no, only Scott's got an Instagram that has this. Now we got to treat him like this at school. It was like,
because you're only putting out the highlights of it. No one's going to, like, well, some people might, but most people are not showing, like, man, I'm unemployed and I'm back at my mum's house. Like, no one's going to show you that, really.
And I always think those are the proudest moments that you should show.
I think so. Yeah. People bond more over things like that rather than like, oh, I got all this money and look at my car.
I'm the best, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I went through this. I went through that.
Mm.
Oh, wow. That's like real. Like how I became best friends with my mate Johnny. We were in the gym sparring. And he's pretty much like, I think we were having a conversation about something. He was like, oh, like, I don't have a dad. And I was like, oh, me too. And then we just like laughed and then handshaked. And now we've been friends for years now, you know?
Yeah.
It's like little stuff.
Trauma
bonding. Yeah. Trauma bonding. But, oh, bro, it's so good.
That can happen. Yeah. No,
yeah, it does.
You got to find light in the darkness, man. You got and you got to laugh at it. Otherwise, I think it will be a bit much.
100%, bro. Yeah. You got to find people that are the same too, like that, you know?
Yeah. And it's great that, it's really important. Like, it's got a good, sounds like you've got good circle around you. And I think that's really cool. But like real people, not all the yes men and crazy stuff. Like, I think, I had a band on here recently, Sprawl, and we were talking about, it's quite funny because they were like, oh, the new Kanye West merch and all this shit. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's fucked up.
That shit's crazy, yeah.
It's crazy. But I was like, 'cause Kanye West to me is, I'm still stuck in like 2010.
Yeah.
Where I'm you know, the man with music production. You know, I loved some of his music, but I was like, you know, he was, you know, incredible.
Yeah.
He came from nothing, did all this crazy stuff, elevated.
Seemed delusional, but once he made music,
delusional.
everyone understood.
And it was like so impressive, you know, the production. And now it's just like, wow, it's fucking crazy. But it's sort of, it's like with those guys, like, like had, I think, too many yes men around him. Everyone being like, you're amazing, man. You're so good at what you do. Don't change it, and it just gets crazier and crazier and crazier, and then suddenly it's like, you know what I feel about the Jews? Like, no, Kanye, no.
Oh, bro.
And then suddenly, like, lost all the brand deals and doing all this weird shit. Went on Alex Jones' podcast, made Alex Jones cringe, which I think is pretty difficult.
Yeah, because if Alex Jones is telling you that, bro, relax, it's like
you must be
maybe,
pretty crazy.
yeah. But it's like Kanye did go through a lot of stuff too.
I imagine
when his mum died, and you know, it's. I guess a lot of I used to not believe in anxiety and, you know, trauma and PTSD and all that when I was quite young. But now it's like, once it hits you, it's pretty real, eh? You know, you got to understand everyone's in a position.
It's like amazing themselves. For me, I find it crazy what I've held on to from when I'm young. I don't know if you think about that. I'm still thinking about this stuff.
Bro, when I sleep, when I wake up.
Yeah, I know when you wake up
every day.
You're like,
I don't have to think about that anymore. I'm not 15.
But it's so bizarre. It's like, wow, that's what I'm holding on to. Like, that's what I'm 30 now, and I'm like, wow, that's what I'm thinking about. That's what I'm holding on to. Like, that's so interesting that, like, you know, I'm in a completely different position, completely different place, whatever, and I'm like, we're still holding on to whatever that was from the past, and it's like it's bizarre. It's funny what thing, and that's what you remember because I don't know. There's always I try and learn and keep up with things and stuff, but you get a bit stuck in some ways. You do. And I notice with myself, like, you know, I'm like, it's like I said, get stuck with some things from way back in the day, and you're 100%. Just like so weird, and you're like, when was that? 15 years ago. Fuck.
Bro, time was moving, pretty quick.
I know. Well, that's weird now. Like, for me, when I hit about the age of, I think COVID was the thing for me. That was when it was like the time sucker.
Skipped.
You know, I was like, suddenly I was 25, and then suddenly I'm 30. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What is the world now? I don't get it.
Yeah, COVID, man. I was 19, I think, when it happened. 20. I got off the cruise that had the first case of COVID.
Really?
Yeah, the Dream Cruise. So there was two. There was the one that I came back on, and then there was the one that came back that had the COVID. Oh, and that was around the same time Conor McGregor was fighting Donald Cerrone. Well, around that time.
Right, yeah.
So whenever that fight was the day that the first case arrived. Yeah, 2020.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, then that must have...
I thought that was there a Poirier fight that year? Or was that the year before?
Either that was... Oh, no, that was Conor and Poirier, yeah.
Was it the third one?
When they respected each other?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
the next fight after, it was like...
Poirier knocked him out, and I'm just like, yeah, sweet
That fight was crazy, yeah.
It was crazy.
Broke his leg completely.
Yeah.
Bro, I think that's the pain that I don't know if I can... Bro, I think that's a big thing, as well, that kind of affected him. Snapping your shin. Imagine snapping your whole shin off.
I bet. Yeah, for sure.
Like, that would mentally take a big toll on anyone.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's some of those injuries. That's the thing about that stuff, and you know, I even like for me, I'm like, if you ever did like decide like, oh, I'll try it out, maybe I'll get in the ring, but I'm like, but what if like he lands it on this angle and I break my leg and I'm fucked? I'm like, that's the risk obviously you take.
It's the risk you take,
So, but I'm like, I don't know, I'll do jiu-jitsu and get my arm broken there instead.
Jiu-jitsu's good though. Like it keeps your brain just.
Yeah, it's really hard. I
could
not begin to say how bad I am at it, but it's just like one of those things where like now that I've kind of gone a little groove with it, I'm like, okay, I might keep trying this out and see how we go. But man, my gosh, it is just a different universe. Yeah.
That's why it's like when fighters are striking and then all of a sudden they get taken down, it's like a whole nother world now.
They don't know what to do. Yeah, that's why the Dagestani fellas are so good because their base is wrestling. They know the ground better than anything. Yeah. People like to mock someone like Khabib with his early striking, and I've seen those reels and stuff. And they are kind of funny, but I'm just like, but he'll get you to the ground. Yeah. And you're done.
He'll maul you.
That's it.
Yeah.
Game over.
And he got Conor.
Conor. Yeah. And he also got Conor with a right.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He just stood there and then he just threw it, bro.
Got him. And then I was like, hey man, like, it
is what it is.
Gotta respect that shit.
What was that? Round 2 or 3?
The punch. I think it was the second. Yeah. Because the choke was round 4.
He got choked in round 4. Yeah.
I mean, kudos to Conor for going for that long, but I don't think most people made it that far with Habib.
I think Dustin's the only one that was closest to putting him out.
Yeah.
That choke. Do you remember?
Yeah. But Habib said that he like gave his neck to him, and I'm like, I wonder how much of that. I don't know. But just jumped the gilly. I love that. It's so funny.
Yeah. But almost had it.
Almost, yeah.
That would have been like different universe if that happened.
That would be very crazy. Yeah. And I saw an interview with Dan Hooker, and he had a really good take on like saying like Habib has created this incredible mystique about the Dagestanis because he was undefeated. And then obviously Habib's dad, rest in peace, created this amazing group of fighters. I mean, the records are insane.
Yeah. All of them combined?
All of them combined. I think they've only lost like 2 fights or something crazy, right? And I'm just like, wow. Like, so when people look at these Dagestani guys, everyone's like, oh, shit.
It's the Dagestanis,
it's the Dagestanis, So it's created this like quite crazy, like, mystique. And they obviously, everyone in gyms around the world work hard and they train really hard, but like there's now this like kind of, like you're going up against someone from Khabib's gym. Good luck with that.
Like, oh, fuck, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Good luck. It's like, what? It's like, he's going to maul you, bro. What?
Yeah.
Just because that's what Khabib did.
Yeah. Yeah. But I still think, in my opinion, Islam is better than Khabib.
Islam
I think he's got more skills.
He's fighting soon?
He's not on any fight. There's the big talk of him and Ilya, but I don't think it's happening. I think Ilya's got to do a fight or 2 before, which I think that's right. Like you gotta prove yourself. You can't just fight the champ.
I mean,
especially
Ilya,
Islam.
Oh boy, he's good, eh?
Man, those hands are scary.
His boxing is crazy.
A tear might have come down my cheek when
with the Max fight.
The Max fight also. Oh, I saw the video you made about that.
I was in Africa when that Max fight happened, and I was like...
Actually, now that I remember, I saw the video you put up, and I'm like, I feel that too. Yeah. But the Volk one for me, I was like...
Bro, yeah.
I was like,
he's fighting soon.
Yeah,
Volk's fighting soon.
This will come out afterwards, but so that'll be amazing. But yeah, man, I'm just like, please don't.
Yeah.
My heart can't take it.
Bro, that's a good fight, eh?
Yeah, it'll be awesome. Yeah, those guys are such a high level, man. And being at that level for that long, it's just, I don't know, man. You gotta be built different.
That's why when UFC fighters, like, even if they're ranked number 6 or 7 and someone goes, oh, this fighter's shit, I'm like, bro, you try spar them then. You try jump in the ring, you try spar them, see how that goes. You know?
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
Even someone that's had like 2-3 fights, it's like,
you try.
Oh, he's shit, you know. Bro, at least he's in the ring.
Yeah, you try.
Yeah, you jump in the ring. Yeah, you try. Then.
Can you last a minute?
Yeah.
You're just gonna gas out and just get absolutely destroyed. Yeah.
It's like, people judge fighters all the time, even if they had 1 or 2 or 3 fights. It's you jump in there.
It just doesn't.
You try it yourself. See how it feels.
Yeah. That meme of like, people like sitting back, being like, you should have thrown a jab and a cross. And
couch warriors. The
big belly with chips and a drink. And it's
yeah. But it's true. Yeah, they do judge like that. It's like, why didn't he block? Why didn't he judge, bro?
Why didn't he see that punch? I would have seen it. It's like, would you? I don't know if you would have.
Yeah, it's like, why don't you fight this guy? It's like, Why don't you fight him? Why do I gotta fight him? You know, it's like, yeah. So people do that all the time. Couch warriors, they'll always judge, and that's okay. That's their opinion. That's fine. Yeah.
And also, I find it funny, specifically with UFC and MMA, when people are like going to the ground and everyone's like, boo, and I'm like, bro, it's MMA. Like,
I don't know you came to MMA to watch MMA. Go watch one then. Yeah.
I don't get it. So when people are like, boo, I'm like, you're in wrong sport.
Yeah. Wrong sport. Yeah, facts.
Like, so I always find that weird when people do that. I mean, look, there's some moments with the wrestling against the cage. I'm like, I get it, because I'm like, now they're just trying to take the clock down, you know. But when it's on the ground, I don't know, I think it's pretty cool. Like, but it's... And
you feel like Joe Rogan just explaining every move because he knows every single move, so and we learn.
It's cool, and it's a lot. But like when people boo, I'm just like, bro, it's MMA. Like, I don't know what you expect.
Did you ever see that fight with Izzy versus who's...
Gaslam?
Not Gaslam. Not Paulo Costa.
That was brutal, that one.
But that was a brutal one. Yeah. What was the bold guy? Yoel Romero.
Oh, yeah.
And people are like saying that's like the most boring fight.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, if any of them connected at that time,
you see,
it would have been game over.
Trying to like suss each other out. Like
exactly.
Because I remember I saw a really funny post as well with like on the comment. Sorry, it was like a montage of some of Izzy's kickboxing fights. Because dude, this guy, you know this, he was undefeated, like 100 fights. This is fucking insane.
Yeah,
I saw him kickbox, and obviously you know he's out there striking, doing his thing. And everyone's like, why doesn't he fight like this in the UFC? And it's like
there's takedowns, bro. If he does exactly what he does, he's gonna get taken down.
Like, what do you mean?
Exactly.
This is kickboxing, you dumbass.
So why don't you go at Yoel Romero, bro? If he goes straight, Yoel will hit him. Why doesn't Yoel go to Izzy? Because if he does, Izzy will counter him and get him. It's like they're trying to play the game. They're trying to play smart.
Yoel Romero is like in his 40s as well, and I'm just like, how? He's just like,
he's still fighting now. He just won a fight last week.
I love that, like, post-fight. It's like, people pay for the pay-per-view.
Yeah, people pay because people want to say. Yeah, it's like, oh, man.
His character.
Yeah.
That guy's
You've seen his podcast that he jumps on as well.
Oh, no, I haven't.
He's jumped on Joe Rogan 2 or 3 times.
Oh, true. I haven't seen it.
He's always had Do you know Joey Diaz?
Yeah.
I love Joey Diaz, bro. That guy's the best.
That guy's hilarious.
Bro, he's been through some things, eh?
Yeah.
His stories are insane.
Yeah, he's a crazy one. But
it does motivate me, hearing his stories of all the stuff that he's gone through.
Yeah.
For him to make it out alive now.
That's what I love about podcasts is you just like, you get these people who maybe you think like, oh, wow, so successful, do all the stuff. And you're like, oh, shit, they had to go through all of that. Man, my life's not that hard at all. Like, I can't compete. I'm just like, what am I complaining about? I got to get it together, you know? I didn't have to
he's just a comedian, or he's just a podcaster. Or,
bro.
You don't even see what went into it. You know, you just see what the end product is.
Well, that's what everyone likes to measure to, right?
Yeah.
Measure at the end product. No one, but that's why I love like the little nitty gritty stuff about the journey. Because I'm like, how did you know, like, I want to know the stuff because that's the important stuff. It's like, oh yeah, I was broke and I had to fucking do this make videos for 10 years, and then
I didn't even get paid for like the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't even know you could get paid.
Yeah, exactly.
Until Jimmy Jackson talked about it on Facebook like ages ago, and I was like, oh, you can make money off this?
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna try. Yeah,
he's an OG man as well.
Jimmy is an OG for sure.
I remember watching. I think it was on YouTube. Yeah, randomly, like a video came up with him making like a little skit about going to like the club in New Zealand, and I was just
I haven't seen that.
This is like a long time
ages
ago.
Oh yeah.
I think he was on like a video on his iPad or something. It's just him talking to himself on his iPad, and I'm just like. I'm like, that's pretty true. Yeah. And then I'm like, oh wow, this guy is which is great. You know, like just seeing people like that kind of take off, and I'm just like, wow.
And look at him now.
Amazing. Good on him, man. It's a grind. It's hard work.
Everything. He's done it.
Yeah, and it's all the time. That's one thing about the content game, I suppose I want to ask you as well, is like it's relentless, right?
Yes.
How do you deal with that?
Day by day.
Yeah.
Especially with the content stuff. Because
it's a bottomless
pit.
It'd
make anyone go crazy.
Quantity just all the time. And you do heaps. I know. I see how much you put up. I'm just like, man, I don't know how you do this.
It drives anyone insane. So I guess you got to find the balance for yourself because it's always different with everyone. Like maybe you'll do 10 videos and you'll be, okay, that's my limit. Some will go, I'll do 3. That's my limit. That's okay. You know, so you got to find that balance for yourself because I think it's different for everyone.
Yeah. Well, do you have a limit?
I try to do 1 a day. Because I used to edit 3 videos a day, and I think that drove me pretty crazy.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah, because when I first started TikTok, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to post 3 times a day for 2 weeks. If I don't blow up, that's fine. If I do, I do. Blew up in that 1 week, and then from there I started dropping a video every day.
Wow.
And it just didn't stop for 2.5 years, and I think it just kind of made me go a little crazy.
Yeah, it would. Yeah. It would make you go crazy. Yeah, because I look at that stuff and because like for me, I have a process of doing my videos and content as well.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, fuck, I gotta be careful of this, like not to get like overwork or like burn it or then overthink it. And
you don't want to burn yourself
suddenly
out. Yeah,
nothing
100%.
gets released or like some things like, I don't know, it's like, faffing around. And then it's like, just fuck it. Like it's gotta just, it is what it is. But that's a crazy work ethic doing that.
Yep.
And again, that's what I like to hear, like this is the stuff that I feel like people need to hear. It's like you need to post 3 times a day, all the day, putting out this content, writing scripts, doing the thing, and that's what is so cool. Someone like
I'm
yourself.
always writing ideas, all the time. Yeah, even if I'm not going to make the video, I still write it down because who knows, somewhere along the lines I could meet someone that relates with that video that I can do with them.
Yeah, right.
So it's like, write down BJJ one, and then one day, Scott,
I wouldn't use me for
I have a white belt in BJJ. I'm like, Scott, I got a perfect video for you. I wrote half a year ago. Let's do it. Yeah.
I've got half a white belt in BJJ. Literally
half. Scott, let's do this. Yeah. So it's like stuff like that, bro. It's like, I just always, you got to write it down.
Yeah.
I think it helps. 100%.
But it's just the bottomless pit of content. It's just insane.
There's so much of it.
There's so much of it, and like you can put out so many, and like I found a nice routine for myself of how I do it, and I'm like happy about it. But I'm like because also with my little backstory on the podcast, I used to release one every week, but I'm like I can't keep doing this. I'm like I can't do it. And I'm like, and then I'd have people on, and I kind of like. Just kind of have a bit of a not shit chat, but it was like just I'm not engaged enough. I'm kind of thinking about other things, and I'm like, the quantity is getting sacrificed now, and now I'm like, no. Sorry, the quality is being sacrificed, and I'm like, nah, I'm changing this, and it's been great since then. But for a while, I was like, all the time, but I just personally couldn't keep doing it like that. But
what was the thing that made you change it? Because obviously there had to be a moment where you were shooting the podcast where you're like, maybe I need to switch it up now.
Yeah, it was probably like after like 7-8 months of doing it. And it used to be called the Only Scots podcast. It was actually 2 of us.
Yeah.
But then he left. He had some health issues and had to bail, and I was on my own. And then trying to find guests, and I used to do solo ones. I was trying a whole bunch of stuff out, and I was just like, I'm not enjoying this much. I'm getting a little bit like, and working and doing all these other things, on top of it.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, this isn't sustainable.
Yeah.
This isn't sustainable. So I need to like change the script of this. And then ever since it's been good.
Yeah.
But maybe it's like, well, if you posted more, maybe maybe you'd grow faster. And I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to do this my way. And that's something else with like, I think with social media, you got to be. Like, I think businesses fall into this. Talking about a little bit before, but you can kind of fall into this like, this is what the trend is now on the platforms of like posting this kind of stuff and like doing this a lot. What am I trying to say? Like, if you follow what the trends are on the platforms of how you post or things like that, maybe you'll grow really quick and blow up. But it's like, but now it's not really you've just kind of copied a template. Rather than like, I'll do it my way, and maybe it is like slower with how it grows.
It's
or whatever,
slower, but
it's going to be better,
and
you're going to have a better
base.
Yeah, that's kind of what I decided in that moment a few years ago. But I did realize that because obviously, you know Gary V, right? Yeah, and he was like, "We're going to be posting every day." And I was like, "I'll try that," and I'm like, "I can't."
Because it's different for everyone.
Yeah.
All he's trying to do is give you solutions to people.
Yeah, and most people just don't want to work. I mean, that's what probably the most. Yeah.
They want to find an easy way.
Ain't no easy way, unfortunately.
What is it? It's like the quote that's like, the road to hell feels like heaven.
And
the road to heaven feels like hell. So if you take everything in that's, happy moments now, it's not going to be there in the end. You got to kind of struggle, and in the end, you can be happy in the end. But you're going to go through so much struggle first, like probably what you're going through now for you to even have a happy moment now.
Honestly, man, like I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
But I'm doing great.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. I think what really resonated with what I've heard you on saying on the podcast is having like a tight knit crew around you, and you guys help each other and stuff.
Yep.
I've got an amazing missus, and my
Yep.
wife's fucking awesome. She's my biggest fan. I'm the biggest fan.
No,
It's great.
Yeah.
But like, I think one of the things for me is like I've got some good friends, but you know, everyone's on their different paths in life, but no one's really starting their own thing, which is fine. But it just means that it's like more lonely, I suppose.
It is, yeah.
And that's been sometimes a bit tricky. So it's like, oh, I feel really alone. Like it's hard to talk about this stuff at times. But now I'm just like, oh, I'm everything's all good.
Yeah.
Been working hard on what I'm doing, and I'm like, the only way to get there, work.
Yeah. Just to focus on the mission.
And I've got to focus on the mission, like you say, and it's so true. And then like I've met so many awesome people on here, and having you on here is amazing. And then like having so many like like a good, like I'm like, oh yeah, I don't feel alone at all. And then every time I talk to people from athletes to creative types, musicians, artists, people in film, everyone's going through the exact same thing. That's what's like what brings everyone together when they try and you're trying to set up your own unique whatever the thing is.
Yep.
And I love that. And I'm like, we actually all are kind of the same. We're all going through that lonely, what's it called? Chris Williamson has got a podcast, Modern Wisdom. I really like him, but he talks about like the lonely chapter.
Yep.
Which is like before you get to the place you really want, or whatever the mission is, right? And like there's that lonely chapter.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, yeah. That's just
There's
how
going to
it
be
is.
that road you take that no one's going to understand until you show them.
Yeah.
Not because they don't understand what you're talking about or that they don't believe in you. It's that they can't see it. But you can.
Yeah.
You know? So once you make it happen and you make it work, they can see it. You know?
Hard out.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's do some quick fire questions before we leave. I'll give you some questions.
Sure.
All right. What is your favorite cheat meal?
My favorite cheat meal? Anything fried chicken.
Fried chicken?
Yeah.
Anything particular, like Korean fried chicken?
Oh,
like
Korean
American
fried
style?
chicken. Yeah. 100%. Bulgogi. I don't know.
Oh, dude.
Have you tried?
Have you had Ziggle?
Nah,
It's a Korean like burger place, but
Is it in Auckland?
In Auckland,
okay.
one in Mount Eden, but good dirty stuff, right?
yeah,
But
okay,
bulgogi, like cheeseburger, and then like fried chicken and stuff.
Yeah. Have you tried fried chicken at Pocha?
Yes,
bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
Pocha fried chicken's on.
Pocha's bros.
Yeah, for sure.
It's easy place and just everything's there. So,
Yeah, nice. Who is the most famous person you've met so far in your journey?
Famous person I've met? Of all time? Sanchai.
Sanchai, yeah.
I think Sanchai of all time.
He would be, right?
Yeah.
700 fights? I don't know, I'm just...
Bro, something crazy like that, eh? Yeah, he fought 2 weeks ago, so it's like... I'm like, bro, how are you still fighting?
Different breed of people, man.
Different breed. Some people just don't come out of their prime.
Yeah.
He's still in the prime, bro. Yeah, he's still in the prime. Fuck,
that's amazing. Yeah, I guess he would be. Well, that's fucking cool. What is... Oh, I like asking this. What is the worst piece of advice you've been given?
That I've ever been given?
Yeah, someone giving you
worst
advice
piece,
and you're like, what?
The worst piece would probably be give 100% of your energy to everyone. Because you can't, you only got 100% yourself. And so you got to pick and choose where you give the energy to people.
Love that.
That's something I didn't understand in the first part. I just thought I shouldn't give people my energy.
Yeah.
When it's, no, you got to pick and choose like who you give your energy to because you've only got 100% during the day and at night. So you got to try and make it work like a battery.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, I love that. That's that. Yeah, I like that one. That's cool. Pick something out of the air. What do you do to relax?
What do I do to relax? I hit pads. I hit the boys up. I'm like, bro, we gotta go hit some pads. We gotta go do some bag work or some sparring, bro. Yeah. As crazy as that sounds, that's what helps me relax.
Helps you relax.
Yeah.
Okay. What about afterwards? What about like? Okay. What about you've done your workout and stuff, and you need to just chill.
Chill?
What do you do?
I like to have DMCs with the boys.
Oh, I love that,
yeah,
bro.
I feel like that relaxes you.
Nice.
Yeah, because you're just down, you're finished training everything, you're tired, and whatever's gonna relax you even more is just having that talk with the boys.
Nice.
Yeah, or girls. Yeah.
While you're bleeding and like
while you're bleeding,
black eye,
yeah,
like, bro, like,
yeah, you're cut in the face. You're like, oh, bro, that was a good shot. Like, yeah, you too. Yeah.
Love that. And one more. What can we expect from Jackie coming up in the future?
Oh,
what
man.
you got going on?
Oh, you're gonna see a lot of belts around my waist.
Woohoo!
Yeah,
Let's go.
I think that's the goal.
One championship?
I don't know. When I first started fighting, the goal was to be the best. But now I think it's just to live my life. Yeah, just to do it so I can continue maintaining my life and who I am. Because through everything that I'm doing, there's a lot of, you go through a lot, and you got a lot of demons as well. And I think the best way for me to get it out is fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's the healthiest outlet, I think, for men and women, but I feel like for men in particular.
Yeah. I mean, at first I was like, I want to be the best champion, number one here and there. But then as the years gone by, as a fighter, I think I just need it to maintain myself.
Yeah. No, totally understand that, bro.
Yeah.
Well, dude, thank you so much for coming on and taking time out of your day. And, this has been so fun. I've learned so much. If I'm more inspired to do things, I will go to the gym.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that, yeah.
And, dude, best luck with all the things you pursue. And, hey, man, hopefully we can catch up again in the future.
Bro, of course, I'll bring the belt in here as well, you know what I
mean? Yeah, man. So thank you so much, Jackie. And thank you everyone for listening. We'll call it there.
Yeah, easy.
Bye.
All right, cheers.